Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Super Old Game Saturday. If it's a Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're here to play classic gaming goodness. And once again, it is Super Sonic Game Saturday, and we have a very special show for you tonight because the 30th anniversary of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, the original Sonic the Hedgehog game, is in only a couple weeks. It's on June 23rd. So we're going to be playing the original Sonic the Hedgehog game from the Sega Genesis. We're all through the Sonic Mega Collection Plus for the Xbox, which is on the PS2. Also, here's the other thing. It's not just me on this stream. I want to introduce you to my girlfriend, Miss Nocturne. Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Alright, good to see you. And thank you very much for joining me on this excursion. This has been quite a ride, I'm going to tell you right now. Just the Super Old Game Saturday program, exploring elements of gaming that I like, gaming that other people like, you like, all these things. I've really liked what this has become, the idea of this show of a casual hangout at the end of the week. You've gone through your week, you have a lot of things going on, whether it's work, whatever it is, school, anything. You come in here, you have a nice time, you enjoy memories you have with an old game, or maybe make new memories of the game you might not have seen or played, or maybe the chat will want to see something, and they'll get into it as well. And when we're all done, eventually it goes to the YouTube site, which the link should be in there somewhere while I'm pointing around. Okay. We are using the Sonic Mega Collection Plus, released in 2004 for the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 and the PC. This is the GameCube edition. The main difference with this version is, and I don't know for my lovely guest what your experience with the Sonic Mega Collection is, this has Game Gear games in it. It does not have it that way on the GameCube.
Yeah, I don't really have any experience with the collection, but yeah, I've played Sonic Chaos and Sonic 2 on Game Gear. Sonic 2 is awful.
We'll get into that because we're going to be playing that again. I played the Game Gear version. I actually trolled people with saying, I'm going to play Sonic 2. Let's play this version. But people didn't know that version, so that was the other thing. That is not in this collection. I have to pull out, well, I have to pull out what I did before, which is Sonic Gems collection on the GameCube that has it, or the Virtual Console version that I have for the Wii that you can't buy anymore. But anyway, before we get started with the Sonic 1 goodness, we're going to have the good games this way. We're going to take a quick look at what this collection offers. We'll go with the games at the end of it, or before we get to the first game, but let's take a look at the instruction manuals. Yes, they digitized every single one of the instruction manuals for each of these games, of which there are, I think, 20. We'll do a count later. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to be playing Sonic the Hedgehog 1 right here. Yeah, this takes me back, so back, to when I bought this game, when my family bought the Sega Genesis. This came bundled in with it. We got that box of Sonic the Hedgehog in it that had plastered right on the front of it. Say it with me. Not for resale.
Yeah, not for resale. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I remember, I'll tell that story. I was telling you that this is how I owned it. You and I just, out of total instinct, said that in perfect unison. It was like, that's how I knew that was a special case. But yeah, we're going to be crushing Mr. Ivo Robotnik, or Dr. Ivo Robotnik, also known as Eggman in Japan. I don't know why they didn't call him Eggman until Sonic Drift 2 on Game Gear. Then Sonic Adventure made it official. I don't know, maybe the Beatles connection for I Am the Walrus? There's the one line on that of I Am the Eggman. I don't know if that was it. Maybe. But they call him Eggman now. But anyway, you have that. Also, this collection has some other things. You have comic elements of the Archie comics. You have all the covers for all the issues going up to issue 139. So yeah, they went pretty far as this. And you get some nice artwork, the Knuckles, the Echidna spin-off series, some of the special stuff, other special series, ones they did specific games, like Sonic Blast. Oh yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog in Your Face, I remember reading that.
I used to have that issue.
Yeah, I did too. And yeah, you always remember that, the idea of Sonic with mouth there, and of course, Princess Sally saying specifically, I always knew Sonic had a big mouth, but that's ridiculous. I guess maybe you get a sense of where it came from for me. But yeah, the old 48-page specials, Sonic Live, Sonic Quests, some of which were based on Sonic & Knuckles, including the Sonic & Knuckles one, Mech of Madness, Tails having some stuff. Yeah, you get some kind of weird badass elements of Tails here, if you've ever read the Tails side of things, or in some of the stories. And one's based on, Sonic Triple Trouble, elements of Princess Sally, which went a bit. And you also get another little thing. They give you little storyboard productions of stuff for Sonic Heroes. In fact, let's show this briefly. They give you little storyboards of like how they did the opening cutscene for Team Dark in that game. This is not in the GameCube release because it was released before Sonic Heroes released. It was just showing you in production version. Let's take a quick look at this. Before they added like the music and some of the sound effects, but they have this as this nice little behind-the-scenes look at this.
This must be it. I found Eggman Eggman's secret treasure!
And they do have the voice acting as well that is in place, but everything else is not there. And we'll get to Sonic Heroes at some point, which we're going to use the Xbox to play it as well, because that's where I have it. And also where I have the Super Hard Mode unlocked for it. Oh, they also do change certain things. You look at the cutscene there.
Stay here. Shadow!
The look that Shadow gives, he kind of looks more angry and looks over to the side at Omega. I guess they didn't put Omega's element in yet as far as his voice.
Man's robots.
Huh?
Okay, never mind. They do put it in, but they didn't roboticize the voice of Mr. John St. John of Duke Nukem fame. That is who voices Omega in that game. But yeah, they give you a little bit of a behind the scenes of like what it looked like and what their thoughts was before they did the final one.
Now I get it. Now I know what this is all about. You're mad at Eggman for sealing you in this room. And you can't remember anything, can you? Then it's settled. Now you two make up so we can start looking for Eggman together. Oh yeah, baby.
Really see those polygons.
Yes, you can. Actually, that pose there that Rouge does, that is not in the finished version. In fact, here's the finished version. I think they didn't insert the music, which was This Machine by Julian Kay. But everything else is in place.
This must be it. I found Eggman's secret treasure.
Okay, no, I take that back. They do have that music. So she's shocked. She sees, yeah, that look. I kind of like his look better from before. Like, he looks a little angry.
Stay here.
Eradicate all Eggman's robots.
I know this is also before they put the subtitles. They do subtitle this in the actual game.
Hey, hold on!
Yeah, you definitely see that, and actually, looking at it still, this does look pretty nice, even running through this. We've run this S video the same way we're running anything for the Xbox, as we mentioned we did Shadow the Hedgehog a couple months ago, which is also through the Xbox as well.
Now I get it. Now I know what this is all about. You're mad at Eggman for sealing you in this room.
Yes, he is. Hey, Electverse, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the 30th anniversary Sonic the Hedgehog element, and welcome Miss Nocturne, my girlfriend, who I've mentioned multiple times. But yeah, she's here. We're going to have a nice exploration of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and the Sonic Mega Collection Plus, and I have the audio much better than I had before. And also, you can see there, as we were talking about earlier, yeah, they changed that posing of Rouge at the end for Sonic Heroes, because that's one thing they give you in this version of the Sonic Mega Collection, and the PS2 and PC editions give you that as well. We're just briefly going through some of the extras quickly, looking at the manuals, the options, and I'm playing this through the actual Xbox this time, as opposed to the 360 before. Yeah, I have all the hints of these things unlocked. You have to have a game open for 3 hours to have it. Oh, hi, nice to meet you. Alright, well, I think, you know, the feeling is mutual, and thank you very much. Thank you very much for showing up, and, yeah. I'm glad to have you. We're both glad to have you, for sure.
Definitely.
Alright, but yeah, as I was saying, you have to play the games for 3 hours to unlock the hints. Actually, we did do that when we played Mean Bean Machine a couple months ago, which was on your request, Electverse, and I thank you very much for that again. That was a wonderful time we had with that game. Or playing that game through this, but through the 360, but we're OG Xbox on it tonight. And with that, it also means we get to go into the rest of the games, and hopefully the audio is better again on the menu here. But yeah, so actually Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic & Knuckles, which Miss Nocturne and I, we're going to be doing this together at some time this year.
Yep.
We're going to be looking forward to that.
Yep, Sonic 3 and Knuckles co-op.
Yeah, exactly, because that's something we love to do, and yeah, it's something that is very sacred to us, and we're going to, unlike when I mentioned with Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform last month, we're playing a version that has the co-op enabled, the 360 version did not. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that, and we're not gonna be waiting for the Sonic Origins collection for this, because that's coming out next year. We're gonna be doing that this year. That will be happening, or in the words of Sonic in Sonic Adventure, "Oh yeah, this is happening!" As is tonight.
Yep, and when we do it, it's going to be on a system that that some people might not really be aware that this is on.
Yeah, I would definitely say that, and we've got some elements we still have to work through that, but we're making that happen for sure. Yeah, Sonic 2 will come back to Genesis Sonic 2 when the Origins collection comes out, because I hear the rumblings. They might be doing the remaster versions from the iPhone, Android on console. I don't know. They've not confirmed it. They only said that everything's in widescreen, so maybe that's what it means. We'll see. That's not coming out till next year, so we're not going to know. But here you also get all the lock-on variants of Sonic 3 here. Not all the collections have that. So Blue Sphere, Sonic, Knuckles and Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is how we're going to be playing it. And there's also Sonic 3D Blast, the Genesis, of which we want to do stuff with Sonic 3D Blast, I think, going forward too, I believe, yes?
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's just going to be an interesting case of that. Sonic Spinball, which we'll do at some point. If you just showed the Game Gear version off, that is, you say you hated Sonic 2 on Game Gear. When you play Sonic 2 on, or Sonic Spinball on Game Gear? Oh boy. Yeah, we did Mean Machine, which is fun. We had Flicky, which is actually Sonic 3D Blast's remake. 3D Blast, well, alright, it's fine. Another case, she mentioned with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, we're gonna play this game maybe a little differently. And it gets a little interesting, but there are certain factors of that game that I really like, I think you really like. It is a different case on Sonic. I mean, and that is an interesting thing you brought up, because I know a lot of people sometimes like, well, this is the last one that came on the Sega Genesis, you're expecting to be something like Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles specifically, and it is different. It's kind of like, the way I always think about this is like a mixture of Flicky, because like a 3D remake of that, or isometric remake of that, and Marble Madness a little bit, which we played last week for the Mid-America Treasures. But we'll get into Sonic's 3D Blast. There's things to talk about, and there's things that are of interest with that, especially with some of the versions we're going to take a look at. But that'll come at some point. We'll figure that if the logistics are going to come. Rise Star I'm doing around Christmas. I love this game to death, and I mentioned, I think, that a couple times. We're going to do that because it's a terrific game. The OOZE from Sega Technical Institute, which is a very strange one out of them. I don't know if you've ever played this.
Nope.
Can't
say that I have.
They have not collected this much either. The only other port of this is on 3D. Is on Wii Virtual Console. I'll give it props for being different. Yeah, there's one thing to be said about it, and it is different. And for the Genesis, it's funny because I was always in some ways more impressed with it on the Genesis initially, just because of the thought that hey, this was 1996 Genesis, and then doing FMV, weird, unique tricks. So you're thinking the Genesis was a really old console at the time. How could they pull that off? But they pulled it off to a certain degree. So it's one of those things that maybe appreciate more from a technical standpoint. I mean, I'll say, I don't know if you agree with me, it's not the best Sonic game we've ever played, but there's things about it that are really interesting, including those special stages right there, which are the easiest special stages in the history of the world.
Yep, they're kind of a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, contrast that with some of the other versions, or with how Sonic 2 is. Have you ever thought the Sonic 2 special stages were too hard? Yeah, play 3D Blast. Actually, it's a good primer, feasibly, if you're thinking about that.
Well, specifically the Sega Genesis version of 3D Blast.
Yeah, that's true, because there's other ones. Although I like Sonic Labyrinth, so there's that. Well, see, it's funny, you said that. In Sonic Labyrinth, actually, Sonic Labyrinth is on this collection. Good thing you brought that up. Yeah, I mean, I find Sonic Labyrinth interesting to certain degrees, but I mean, again, it is very weird, because that's the game where... Oh, have you played this?
Not really, no.
This is a game where Sonic is slowed down. Robotnik sneaks into his house, so the story of the manual goes, and steals his shoes and replaces them with really slow shoes. So you have to roll around all over the place and pick up keys, like we're seeing there, to get to the end. Also, when we do that, I'm going to put a seizure warning up, because when you pick up on like a power-up, the flashing lights become really strong. We're going to get that for the first game we're going to play, which is the Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on the game. We'll come back in a second. But yeah, the OOZE has not been ported much. Comic Zone has been ported much. It is insanely difficult. We'll get into that at some point. I brought it up a little bit. I'll probably put a code in for that for invincibility, because it's that insane as far as how difficulty is. But it looks terrific, for sure. Sonic Drift, the racing game of Sonic, which didn't come out here. Its sequel did, though. So I saw Sonic Drift 2 in stores. I was like, where'd the first one go? Did I miss this? Okay, I missed it because it was in Japan. But yeah, they were going Mario Kart to it. The OOZE is just weird. Yeah, it is weird, because the concept of the OOZE, just to let you know, is that you're this guy in a research lab, and you found out the secret of this research lab, which is insanely corrupt, and they, instead of killing you feasibly, or they try to kill you, they turn you into the OOZE, and you're basically that OOZE guy walking around, spitting, OOZE at people, and sucking things up, and you click those icons there. What that does is it increases your mass, kind of moving around almost like an isometric thing, kind of like Sonic 3D Blast, weirdly enough. And what you do is you basically just keep your mass going and not get hit in the head, because otherwise it's a death. It's kind of like a puzzle game to a certain extent, but also kind of like an adventure game. It's weird, but it has terrific music, which is by Howard Drosten, who did the music for Sonic & Knuckles, so I think that's part of the reason why it's in this. And it's by Sega Technical Institute, who made Sonic 2. So I think that's the other reason, and same with Comic Zone. We get some interesting stuff with that, even with the presentation, because like a hand-drawn comic. You have like the Sega logo on that where it says like, test 1, 2, and you have this like Elvis-like voice going, Sega! And it's interesting stuff, if nothing else. Fun fact, Sonic Drift was developed by Arc System Works. Oh really? The people who made, Blaze Blue, I did not know that. Thank you for letting us know that. Oh, see, this is the other appeal, because, Nocturne, this is your first time on the program. This is the beauty of the chat here. They'll tell me things I don't know. This is not, look, we're not coming on here saying we're experts at everything. I'm certainly not. I can say all these things, read off all this information, but not everything they say is right, and not everything I know. So when you come into the show and provide that, you're adding to it. This is as much your show, chat, as it is mine. I didn't know it either. Yeah, so thank you very much. So, yeah, Arc System Works, who made Blaze Blue, they also made Dragon Ball FighterZ, and they made Contra Hardcore Uprising, which I do have, because they made that as a freebie on Games with Gold recently, or about a month ago. So I do have that game at some points. We can do some Contra. I know you wanted to see Contra. You liked Hardcore. We could do Hardcore, because I have that, but also the Hardcore Uprising, which is an interesting case, but they didn't call it Contra, as far as the name. Alright, Sonic, we're gonna go quickly through the rest of these, and then we'll go on to Sonic 1 Game Gear first, and then Genesis. Sonic Chaos, this is the Sonic game you like the most from Game Gear, am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely the first one to have Tails playable and flight. Well, playable with flight, I should say, of any of the Sonic games. Then Sonic Blast, which is not like the Genesis 3D Blast. There's no 3D in it. It's just kind of like a, I guess they're kind of going like pre-rendered with it. Another late era. Technology, you can kind of understand the idea and respect it, but yeah, this is not a great game, although it's one of those cases, I didn't play this game when I was growing up. This was one of the few Game Gear Sonics I didn't play at the time. To come back 2 years later is not an easy thing. But yeah, you can also play as Knuckles, the only one on Game Gear who plays him. And Mean Machine Game Gear we've done, showing off it was different with puzzle mode. Alright, but with that, I think we're going to get started with Sonic the Hedgehog Game Gear. We'll play Genesis, we're playing both of them. This is going to be a full celebration of all the elements of that. But yeah, we're going to be playing the Game Gear version, which came out, I think, about a month after the original in 1991. Now, Nocturne, you've never played this version, am I right? You mentioned that to me.
Never played this one.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's funny, because, I'll go back to this. Like, the first time you were on this program, you were on with the Sonic CD playthrough we did. You mentioned something very astute when it came to Sonic, or Dr. Robotnik's Mean Machine, saying there's no reason to do both of them or play through the entirety of both of them because they're both basically the same. Sonic 1 Game Gear, not quite. Okay, we're seeing the demo of this where he runs in the Motobug, not really trying very much. This is actually, I'll say this is not the most embarrassing, attract demo thing. Like, he's running into every enemy, but I remember the Wizard of Oz on the Super Nintendo. They just jump off of a pit in 2 seconds and then the demo ends. Like, yeah, that's weird. This one at least is better than that, but it does show the idea that, yeah, there's some differences to this. I did not... Here's the thing about this. Yes, these are different indeed. And I didn't play this one right when it came out either, because I had Game Gear a little later than I had Genesis. I played this in '94. I just started, like you, with Chaos and Sonic 2. And Sonic 2, I remember my brother going into that saying, this game is impossible. Well, okay, I learned to make it not impossible, but that's that. But anyway, yeah, it is kind of like the Genesis version starting, because we start in Green Hill, like before. We have the Motobugs, which are really, really tiny, and the Caterkillars. And the invincibilities, but you also roll down the hill and hold right, and... Okay, I didn't do it right. You can actually make it so that it goes off screen that way. I was showing you that when we were doing the, the audio checks. Also, you have that arrow. That is a checkpoint. Most of the Sonic games on the Game Gear do not have checkpoints at all. And I never understood that. And I came back to this one, I was like, yeah, this was more forward-thinking than some of the later ones. Actually, okay, no, it's good. Because I want to make sure I have a large number of rings, because for this game... When you hit the end, depending on how many rings you have, look, if I have more than 50, I get to have that little exclamation point, and we go to the special stage. Now, common wisdom is we're going to see the Chaos Emerald special stage, right? Not this one. We're going to still get Chaos Emeralds, differently though, but here it is the special stage. You're just bouncing around in this nighttime atmosphere to the tune of this terrific music, I would say, which was done by Yuzo Koshiro of Streets of Rage fame, as opposed to Masato Nakamura of the Sega Genesis game. But yeah, you just bounce around here collecting rings, and just go around, enjoy that, and you have a time limit of how long you can stay. There's nothing that's going to kill you here, and you also want to look for that box there. This is how you get continues. You come in the special stage to get them. Also, get a life. By the way, like Sonic 2 Game Gear, I hate to, re-invoke the memories of that game to you, Miss Nocturne, but yeah, like that one, when you get 100 rings, it just goes to 0. So in that way, it's kind of the same for this one. But we're in the special stage, and I don't believe there's a way to get anything other than the Robotnik on that panel for the special stage, but that's fine. he has this nice little map screen showing you where you're going to go. But, I mean, it's just more like, okay, yeah, we're going down the path. But now, this is where things get a little different. Also, you have these little, signs here. This was on the Sega Master System as well. They did not have these signs here. They put them around a pit. It's like the warning you're gonna fall signs they put in Sonic Colors. They put it in Sonic 4 Episode 2. They put it into, Sonic Generations. This case, you go underground. So yeah, that's the other change. I remember, I'm gonna tell you a personal memory of this. My brother, he was in school at one point, growing up in the 90s. He knew someone who played the Game Gear version before we did. And he said, he was describing to me this. It was like, oh, you go underground here. I was like, what? That seems so weird as far as how you do that. Also, I want to show you something which is, okay, maybe not yet. I'm going to show you how you can, you know, screw the physics and roll fast underwater. We'll do that in a little bit. Or hit that. Actually, you know what? Okay, fine, we're rolling that way, but actually, okay, because I need to find the Chaos Emerald here. They're just lying in the level, as opposed to in a special stage. Oh, also, I guess another thing is, the springs are not actual objects you push into. That's probably a difference right there. Yeah, you gotta walk right into it. It's right there. Then jump in, and there you go. There's a checkpoint. By the way, if you die at the checkpoint, you come back to the to where you were, but you always have 1 minute 30 seconds on the clock. I don't understand why that is. It's not like going to 0 or when you hit it. But anyway, let me show you something. Do a roll. Yeah, I can just roll really fast in the water. But you have to go through here and fall down the waterfall, and there's the first Chaos Emerald. Yeah, so that's how we're going to be finding our Chaos Emeralds. I guess that's the case with Sonic 2 on Game Gear, because yeah, Miss Nocturne, let it all hang out on Sonic 2 Game Gear. What are your memories on that in particular that made you be frustrated as anything?
I'm pretty sure I could never get past the boss of the second zone.
Oh, the bird in Sky Chase. Or no, Sky High. Sky Chase is the good Sonic 2. Yeah,
Or I know that there was a boss pretty early in the game that I could never get past, and therefore I couldn't really get anywhere in the game.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's that one. For me, it was the first boss, the one in the underground zone, where you have, like, the little, I don't know, he's like an octopus. He's in a pit, and the ball's coming down. And it changed.
Maybe it is that one.
That was the boss that we had the trouble with, my brother and I. So we played more of Sonic Chaos, but eventually I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm not letting this game beat me. I gotta beat this. I gotta figure it out. And it became a great moment when we finally figured, you know, how to handle this. But yeah, there is Dr. Robotnik, or Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Once again, or I guess for the first time. All right, now we're in Act 3, and unfortunately, this is another, flashback case for you, Miss Nocturne, because yeah, remember how in Sonic 2 on Game Gear, you don't have rings in third act. Same case here, but there is always a life somewhere. Go down and find it. The boss fights to be joking this, yes, and that's because of, and we'll show this right now. Alright, I will sort of show this. On the Sega Master System, you're up, or Robotnik is up there, you just jump up and hit him. I can just keep jumping up and hitting him. For the purpose of showcasing what's happening, on the Sega Master System, you can't jump up that high. So you have to wait till he does this, and he'll do that, and then he'll float like that, and he'll fly towards you. You have to wait till he comes down to on the Game Gear, or on the Sega Master System. On Genesis, just keep jumping. That's all you need to do. He will never hit you. Well, okay. Although, watch. I do want to be a little careful because I don't want to be, you know, having the famous last word saying, this is insanely easy, and then dying. But then again, that might be making for a funny story. But there we go. We got it. That goes to the idea of the screen crunch concept, although for this Sonic game, it's not as big a deal as in Sonic 2, because unlike Sonic 2 on Game Gear had the same sprite set that it had on the Sega Master System. For this one, they changed it. So Sonic doesn't, you know, he's smaller in this one, and as you so eloquently put it before, what is the other aspect of Sonic in this one? When he stands still?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
it doesn't have his nose.
Yeah, exactly. Or, we're not the first ones to bring that up, but, yeah. There you go. Now we're in... Here's where the changes are gonna start, because, yeah, we usually would go to Marble Zone second. Not in this one. We're in Bridge Zone. So, yeah, this is basically a nice little, you know, I guess mountainside with, you know, the choppers jumping out of the water, just going along, running across the bridge. This is terrific music. I really like this track. It seems to be the favorite of people who have played this game, but it does get a little choppy. There's like these little seesaws you jump on. You wait till they go higher, and then you can bounce up that way. I mean, I'll say this, I often see people who remix this piece of music in particular, but you have a lot of bottomless pits, so you gotta be careful. And you do have the shield here as well, although it does not take off all of him. It's like, yeah, it's the shield all those other aspects outside of Sonic are, you know, just an illusion, pretty much. Also, I guess one other thing I should show when I get hit at some point is that, unlike the other ones, you can't really collect your rings again. One pops out, but it's pretty much impossible to actually pick it up. So it's almost like the Mario mushroom in a weird way. Which I guess is fitting because they're kind of going for Mario with Sonic, or after Mario as is. And I think with this one in particular, we're going to see that in the next stage, or the next act of the Bridge Zone. But there's the Chaos Emerald that's right down there, and to get it, we're running across those bridges, the pieces are falling down. What happens is you jump on this one, jump off, and jump right there. You can't jump from the side like this, and if I didn't jump quick enough, I'd be dead. But, yeah, there we go. And you just see it slowing down a bit. So, yeah, they're definitely pushing what this system could do, certainly, but, yeah, it does slow down a little bit. Because we got 50 to 99 rings, we got the exclamation point. You could also get other things. You can get rings off of this, and you can also get a life off of this. That, I also believe, is tied to the rings you have when you hit it at the end. I think it might be Lucky 7, where you basically are on 7, or on increments of 7, or increments of 10, and you get it. I might try that on one of the special stages, or on one of the stages we go through later. But there's the continue, in case we get a game over, because you don't have continues on board, kind of like the Genesis game that way. Yeah, just keep going. They do have those, you know, the bouncing things. They still give you 10 points, as usual. I don't know if, like, in Sonic 1 Game Gear, if you keep hitting them, you know, let's find this out. Because when it happened, you keep hitting those, they give you 10 points. Eventually, they stop giving you points, but I don't know if they stop. You know what? Okay. Yeah, we're just stuck up here. But I can get off, don't worry. Okay, so, you know, okay, maybe they don't turn them off. Because actually, I never knew that. Alright, but I'll hold right and go that. Okay, so I guess they don't turn off. It's usually, I think, about, I don't remember how many times you have to hit it on Genesis, but there you go. And of course, you get that boop-boop thing for Robotnik there, giving you that smile. But we have 22 continues, and they do give you a count of how many rings are in this stage, so feasibly you can collect every one of them. But the only real point is getting lives. Alright, now, we mentioned the Mario parallel. Here's where it gets really interesting, because we have an auto-scrolling level in a Sonic game. That is a unique case, and people are saying the idea of Sonic going fast, does it seem like it's the antithesis of that? I don't know, chat what you think, or to my wonderful guest what you think, but, yeah, tell me what you're thinking with, the auto-scrolling in a Sonic game. Oh! Where's my shield?
Not exactly, too impressed with the fact that there's an auto-scroller here.
Yeah, boo Eggman. Boo Eggman for giving us the auto-scroller, or I remember I often watched the, Some Call Me Johnny channels and the, Super Game Brothers channels. I remember when they did the Let's Play of this, they went to this point and he just, I remember Johnny played it, he said, quote, "What is this shit? Auto-scrolling in a Sonic game." I'm like, yeah, it's funny, growing up I never really put much thought into it, but you're right, if you're playing with, you know, used to Sonic going fast, like, yeah, you're waiting to this, it's like, we expect this out of Mario, fair enough, because it's more about platforming, you know, precision. But, yeah, a man of culture feasibly for Mario, or for feasibly Eggman, and actually, that is a case, because, let's get into this to Eggman, because apparently, actually, I'll go back to something. First, you're mentioning we did Knuckles Chaotix. We did, you're mentioning the Gaming Historian's video on Sonic the Hedgehog. I didn't know how old it was. I want to go back and watch that before running this. Apparently the idea is, and I learned that, the stuff you mentioned when we did Knuckles Chaotix, by the way, there's the life on the water, bounce off, and don't fall in the water, you die. Yeah. And so Call Me Johnny. Oh, well, yeah, he is a man of class, that's for sure. Yeah, because he was recently doing stuff with the Final Fantasy stuff. He's doing a marathon's worth of that, and he's doing, he did Final Fantasy IV recently. But yeah, going back to the Eggman thing, he was based off of Theodore Roosevelt. That was the idea as far as, like, the design of what he was looking like. I mean, they were pulling from a lot of things when they made Sonic the Hedgehog, the game, because it was Yuji Naka, who we actually learned just today that he might be retiring from gaming altogether. He quit Square Enix on the back of Battle Wonderworld, and he said he might be retiring at age 55, but him and Masato Oshima, I believe, who designed Sonic's design, they were coming up with ideas, like kicking the concepts around of what they wanted to do. And, well, that's kind of what stuck with it. And same with some of the stuff with Sonic, where they think like, oh, the Band of Sonic. We talked about that when we did Knuckles Chaotix. The idea of he was going to have a human girlfriend before Sonic 06 did it. Yeah, it was Madonna. I guess they were thinking about Madonna the musician for that. But that kind of went away. They said no, that was not something they wanted to do. And, yeah, so there we go. Yeah, yikes, indeed. I mean, I mentioned this. We'll do this with Sonic 06 at some point, because we're going to do that. Oh yeah, you could get stuck in things like that and just bounce all around. So yeah, you're going blast processing like crazy. Hopefully I can get to continue. I mean, so yeah, there you go. Even on Game Gear, where you don't have the blast processing, the Genesis, get out of this. Okay, here's the thing about this. Okay, I'm gonna let myself go down. Okay, good. Alright, let me try and see if we can get out of this. I've actually not had that happen. At least get to continue. There we go. Alright, so Yuji Naka's retiring. Yeah, Nintendo Life said something about it. They were saying that, oh yeah, you can go through those things, by the way. I forgot to mention that. We were going so fast. That little thing, which almost looks like, I don't know if you're familiar with these, sherbet cyclones, like a ice cream pop thing, like by Popsicle. They look like those. But yeah, you can just go through them. You're going really fast. But yeah, Yuji Naka said, yeah, he might be retiring because they announced earlier this week he left Square Enix because of Balan Wonderworld. But also, he said on top of that, he's like, he's toying around the idea, saying, I'm 55 years old. So think about it. He was 25 when he made this game. That's quite a statement. But he's saying, like, he might retire from the industry. I hope not, because I'd like to see him going out for something, getting dizzy. Or yeah, let's go back to Shadow the Hedgehog. Whoa, I'm getting dizzy. Yeah, so, yeah, there we go. We're gonna be out of this, and I guess I could, you know what, I'll get to the end, because I think if your timer's out, they don't give you the rings that you collected. But yeah, we're out of that, and we're all set. Or, whoa, my head's spinning! Or actually, you could also apply that from Sonic Heroes as well. But yeah, I'm getting dizzy in the special stage.
Also, actual hell.
Actual hell, indeed. Yeah, you're saying that when we're talking about Sonic 06, like, that's not... Oh, that also, it's okay. It would be actual hell if we're going to play the PS3 version. We're playing the 360 version when we do that. But, yeah. Okay, so here we are at the boss of Bridge Zone. I have a shield, and also this goes back to what a wild ride. Oh, thank you very much, Electverse. So, okay, clearly, Mr. Electverse, yes, is a fan of the Sonic franchise. He knows all the quotations in some ways, so he's pulling out Knuckles from Sonic Heroes there of, what a wild ride. But, yeah, one thing as I mentioned, going at the Some Call Me Johnny channel, I have the shield here. That will not protect you from Robotnik's blasts here, but if you go down here, hold down, and just keep rolling, I'll be okay. But in the playthrough he did, he got hit by the blast, and he said, I had a shield. I was like, yeah, the shield doesn't do anything against Eggman, but here you can just keep rolling down here. By the way, if you don't hold down this way, you'll stop, I think, in here. Yeah, if you stop like that, I'll die. And they do change this from the Sega Master System, because this is over water in the Sega Master System. So if we look down, okay, I can't look down, but down there's water. You would have to bounce on him when he comes out of it. This one's a little easier. In that case, I'm able to exploit it. So there we go, we're done with Bridge Zone. But yeah, we're gonna be having a wild ride indeed. And more of the Sonic quotations and Sonic memories. Feel free to let us know anything you're thinking about, what you're seeing, or memories you have of Sonic, these Sonic games, the Game Gear or the Genesis one, or any others, because we're welcoming that. Alright, now we're in Jungle Zone. Another terrific piece of music, and some very nice elements of the water here. Even the fact that... I'm going to pause the game briefly. Okay, yeah, Sonic disappeared. He doesn't want to be involved in this game. This isn't that bad, my friend. But, yeah, there he is. And even of the water, you know, rolling down there. But, okay. Just to show that off. This is a little hard because you have to be paying attention to where, you know, the water is. You fall in that, it's a death trap. I'm seeing a very big smile on Nocturne's face as far as this... Oh, shit! Okay, that was close. As far as I almost falling in the water and dying. But, yeah. There's something very, you know, very playful and appealing about being in the nice jungle like this with all the, you know, the pears, the apples, all that stuff. And the waterfalls where it just go a little slower. Oh. And also the logs that spikes on them, so you don't want to hit those. And also, yeah, pay attention to the logs going across so you don't fall down. Alright, and there's the checkpoint, which, yeah, we're doing alright. Yeah, this is a little easier in the Sega Master System version because you look down a little better, but... And also, yeah, that spring, that asshole spring, it'll bounce you downwards into the water like that. That is a wahaha moment, indeed. And with the lesser screen resolution, I mean, imagine though this with the Sonic 2 sprite set, that being much worse. Alright, also you have logs, we can do log rolling on this. As soon as you jump on that, you can run along with it. Alright, yeah, it is getting a little choppy out here. In more ways than one. Choppy and chopper. Right there with the fish. Now, the Okay, I gotta remember where the Chaos Emerald is here. There is, I'll say this, there's no difference really in terms of the ending. Oh, well, alright, there sort of is, if you get it. But, yeah, we're gonna try it. My family had Sega Genesis was kids and played the Genesis version from the 6-pack cartridge. Yes! Yeah, I'm familiar with that 6-pack cartridge, but okay, here it is. Jump on this log here, go to the left, and it's over here. Yeah, that was a collection. I think it had Sonic the Hedgehog, I think it had, Revenge of Shinobi, I think it had Streets of Rage, I think it had, oh god, what was the other one it had? Altered Beast, I think. Well, let me know what other games were in it, because I've never actually played it, but it was a all-in-one card that had a bunch of games on it, and Sonic the Hedgehog was one of them. Of course, this game's gotten around, or the Genesis game's gotten around, although this one sort of has too, to an extent. I mean, even the idea that, yeah, people were saying with the Origins collection they just announced, this is going to be, what, like the 100th port of Sonic 1? Yeah, probably. And I'll be buying it, for sure, don't you worry. There we go. Oh yeah, you have the other roll things. This is a little weird because, yeah, you have to do that roll up there, but yeah, if you push too far, you gotta fall in here and hit that spring, and you'll be in trouble. But if you know what you're doing, and you, in a weird way, take your time with Sonic, yeah, you should be fine. I don't think I played the other games until the GameCube and the Xbox. So, okay, so that's an interesting case of when, you know, let's get into that discussion, which is, were there necessarily gaps in terms of your fandom of Sonic, and why? And in some cases, I think there's a lot of cases where people didn't have a Dreamcast, so they might not have played Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 until they ported it elsewhere. Like, what was your case to that? Because I had Dreamcast, I played everything, but what about you?
I was actually thinking about something else just now.
What is that? I mean, we'll get into that, we'll get into what, answer the question, but yeah, tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah, I was just thinking, and now back into spring-loaded hell.
Okay, there we are, back into spring-loaded hell, we're just falling. I guess to go back to that, then, what was your... Because I know we mentioned this when I did Shadow the Hedgehog. You played it on the PlayStation 2, and that seemed like it was kind of your sort of reintroduction to the series a little bit? Am I right? Or am I thinking something different? Or you played it elsewhere? Oh, there was the continue. Alright, there's another continue. I think there's more than one on this. Oh, and there are flippers there. You can hit those. But I missed them. And I fell down.
Yeah. Honestly, like... in terms of games that I've owned, yeah, technically PS2 Shadow the Hedgehog was my first, then modern game, in the Sonic franchise, but I played Sonic 3 and Knuckles quite a bit before that point.
I guess basically you're probably still playing them.
Yeah, and leading up to it.
Sure, so basically you're still holding on to the classic. Oh, that's the case, because you didn't have a Dreamcast, so you didn't have access to some of those games.
Yeah.
Which also went to the idea, and we mentioned this with Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm stopping here just briefly to say, like, we mentioned with Shadow the Hedgehog the idea that it's easier to take that as a spin-off than in my case, because I played Sonic Adventure 2 as a direct sequel to... Okay, I'm stopping here for another reason, because this is one thing the Game Gear version does better. It has a lesser screen resolution on the Sega Master System, this level. As you climb, the bottom becomes a bottomless pit. It's like Contra or Castlevania. So, and I ran into this, I think, actually, going back to the Some Call Me Johnny channel, so if he's watching, or if anybody's hearing, like, oh yeah, this is a fandom of this, actually, I did point a, advertisement to the stream on the Some Call Me Johnny, but Super Gaming Brothers Discord. I will say that if I made that jump down there to the grass, even though it's totally visible, I would have died. On Game Gear, that doesn't happen. So in one way, that makes it a lot better. So I can fall down there and not die. So yeah, weird little case. But yeah, in that case, it's a little better. Thoughts on the Advance series? Yeah, Sonic Advance on the Game Boy Advance 1, 2, and 3. I quite liked all of them. Ms. Nocturne, what's your experience on the Sonic Advance games? Have you played them?
I've barely touched them at all.
Okay.
So, no real opinion.
Not much. Okay, so yeah, in my case, it was a shock to me, because it was the idea of Sega going out of the console business, and hey, wait a second, why is Sonic on a Nintendo system? Because it's like, wait a minute, Sonic was designed to take Mario down. But then I played it because, like, well, it's a Sonic game, I want to play this badly. I played it, and it was a nice echo to it. Yeah, that's the what? Okay, I went back to the Mean Bean Machine. I forgot the Robotnik what? The what? Yeah, but you get that for sure. Yeah, that was my take on that. But then I played it, and it was a very fun game. Some weird stuff as far as the level design, as far as being massively filled with spikes and things, particularly at the end of the game, but a lot of fun, a really nice sound for how its audio was, because I had this kind of like, I think the best way to describe this, kind of this like kind of jazzy sound of like some of the instrumentations of like they kind of do like these do-do-do-do-do-do-do, and they do this kind of like high-pitched instrumentation, almost like, I'm trying to think what the instrument is. I'll show you Sonic Advance so you can get a sense of what it is, and maybe I can come back to what that is. But you played those games, you know the idea. And then Sonic Advance 2 is the one that came out next and had Green the Rabbit in it, and went fully on speed, and it was pretty awesome. In terms of that, although finding the special rings, the special stages was always an annoyance to me. And I think the levels were designed more for their speed than was for that. Although then Sonic Advance 3 came out, and I think it did the best of both worlds, although I know some people who don't like it. I know, going back to some Call Me Johnny channel, he hates that game because of elements of the slipperiness of the controls. But it had the team mechanic, kind of like Knuckles Chaotix, weird enough, and also with Sonic Heroes, which came out at the same time. So it was... I liked them quite a bit, but it's been a while since I played them, and I've thought of playing them for the purpose of some of this stuff, because I have all three. I have the Game Boy Player, the GameCube, so we show it that way. And, yeah, so I do quite like them. And they're interesting times, and Miss Nocturne, I'll have to let you play them, because they're good times. But yeah, good to see, like, the idea of Sonic on a Nintendo system starting there for the portable stuff, and in the meantime, then 3D stuff on the GameCube with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which I believe you have, Sonic Adventure DX, and then Heroes, and then Shadow the Hedgehog as well. And Gems Collection, which we mentioned, which was GameCube only in the US. But there we go. That was not as much the spring-loaded hell. Oh, by the way, you can also... It will... Okay, that's the other thing. The, signpost will bounce when you jump like that, so that's why a second ago I kind of ran underneath it. Okay, but there I touched it. Alright, well I got a life from getting the 10,000 points. I'm trying to remember if there's some machination as far as like why it's the 10,000, or if it's based on time or something. But yeah, there we go. So we got 3 Chaos Emeralds, and we're on to the boss for Jungleton. Yeah, Act 3 is always going to be the boss. As is what for Sonic when you have 3 acts to them. After this one, they tend to go to 2, except for Metropolis Zone in Sonic 2. Yeah, in the water, there's the life. Oh, that was weird. You see that?
Yeah.
I kind of got stuck in the water, like it... Get my jump. Okay. You can get out of this water. I'm not gonna... I didn't call it the right... Did you see the PS4 Sonic games on PlayStation Now? Yes, I did. They put on Sonic Mania... Okay, I got out. Yeah, because they put Sonic Mania, they put on Team Sonic Racing, they put on Sonic Forces... I think that was it, and they did have the other ones that were on PS3. Some of the other ones on PS3 that were up there because they had Sonic CD, they had Sonic All-Stars Race or Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. I think not Transformed. I know that wasn't on there. That is a nice thing. Yeah, if you have PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Now, you can get instant access to those, or find out that whether you like them or not. If you haven't played Sonic Mania feasibly, or one of my coworkers said, "Oh, I have PlayStation Now. I played Sonic Force and realized, yeah, I don't like it." I'm like, okay, fair enough. Which is one of those cases with Sonic Forces, like, it's one of those games I feel like it was rushed in a different way than something like, oh shit, oh, okay, the shield does work on this boss, alright, I died.
Whoops.
Yeah, and you get that kind of, like, weirdly pitched thing. Okay, so the shield worked there. Alright, so at least I'm glad I got to show that off. But yeah, in that case, it was, like, the idea of, with the thinking, and with Sonic Forces, the idea of, like, it's felt rushed in the sense that the levels were over before you knew it, like, oh, you want more to it. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, I just started playing Team Sonic Racing. What is your take on that? Because I mentioned, I regaled the stories of us playing, my coworkers and I playing the Switch version in multiplayer at 15 FPS. And then I bought it for the Xbox One, where, yeah, this can be annoying in terms of that, but I have more than the 9 lives. It limits to 9 here, but in the, yeah, weird enough, in the stat screen it shows you have more than 9. But yeah, I'll be a little more careful. Well, it's okay. Yeah, I think it's okay compared to the one we played last month. We played Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform last month. That game is terrific. They got rid of all the other Sonic or Sega stuff outside Sonic in that. And I think it's okay of what I've played of it so far. I have issues with frame rate, even on Xbox One, even on PS4. It's one of those things when I get I killed him and died. Oh, man. Right, so, yeah, unfortunately that didn't count. I'll get better with the crossover characters. Yeah, me too, because I think it's that idea of, seeing the other Sega characters. I mean, Miss Nocturne, what's your take on the... Have you played the Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing games, any of them?
Nope.
Okay, I'll have to show you Transformed in particular, and Team Sonic Racing will get a Series X, because that'll fix the frame rate, which will probably make it the best version. That one, or on PS4, or on PS5, which, well, you have PS5, so you can, or Miss Nocturne, you have PS5, so we're really looking at it right over there. So at that point, you can play it on that, or play it on PlayStation Now, and it'll run really nicely. Alright, I'll be a little careful. Alright, this is... I guess like the ball thing from Sonic 2 Game Gear, so fitting I'm struggling a little bit or not paying attention on this one. It also, I'll say this about Team Sonic Racing when I played it felt a little slower, even when you're going really fast, than it did in the other one, than in the other game, the All Transformed or the All-Stars Racing game. That was the one thing I took, and also the way they tell story. That felt really awkward too, because they basically just have kind of like, it's almost like a DS game in the sense where it's like you have pictures with voice, which is okay, but I'm thinking for like a major system, we should have more of that. Okay, we're in Labyrinth Zone. This is a lot different than it was. Oh, okay, sort of different than it was in Genesis. Apparently that was intentional. The idea that they, pulled the Sonic characters out and made it feel slower. I mean, maybe feel slower, I get that. Alright, this is a lot different in the sense that the music is different, but also that it's definitely different as far as how it lays out, and also the fact that it is slow down here. You're seeing how I'm going, and even the idea of like the timer not necessarily matching up with that. Consider this a preview to when we do Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis for the Game Boy Advance. I still have to get a copy of that. We're going to show that at some point, just because you have to see that game. Oh my god. I mean, I've shown you, Miss Nocturne, that, for sure. The idea of that, or I'll just say Nocturne, I'll just go that way. Like, just to replicate it. I just maybe being more formal. Like, we don't have to be formal here. But point is, it's slow. It's a mess. Even here, it's slow. Even the idea of like, oh yeah, like, let me get on the ground. So there's the air bubble there. Yeah, you do the jump, yeah, you're just kind of going in air like that. But, yeah, it's pretty slow that way, and that game is, you know, really choppy. More so than this one. And that was a game 2006. Well, at least this is 91 on game. You just get that perspective too. Oh god, no. Yeah, oh god, yes. Yeah, I think we'll have to, just for the purpose of it. And I'll mix it in with other games, because the Game Boy player, I can just switch stuff. But you still have the countdown. Oh. I might drown. Yeah, it's going really slow, but maybe I can find an air bubble quickly. Hear the beeping. There we go. Come on. You don't have the drowning music, but you still have to. Please don't play that. Like, oh, okay. Well, I just got on there. Yeah. Okay, that's the first time I've got requests for you not to see a game like that. But it might also put into perspective of, because I've mentioned this before. When you have like bad ports of games you love, the thought of it really makes you realize how much you love the game it's based on, or even the thought of, you know, what happens with that. I mean, yeah, see, what you've seen, that's perspective. There's a difference between playing it and seeing it, for sure. But that's the other case of it. And I think with that one, and, yeah, Nocturne, you've never played it, but I also you've mentioned, but yeah, it's a mess, and you think on the advance they'd be able to do that. But out of that came something good, because that was Christian Whitehead, who was involved with a fan hack, or basically a rebuild of Sonic 1 on that hardware, or that tech, to show that, no, you can make it right, and Sega just didn't do it right. And now that, he went on to make Sonic Mania, and the ports of, or the phone versions of Sonic CD 1 and 2. So, yeah, you know, the idea of everything as a silver lining that way. But yeah, he did. I mean, it was Sonic 1 Genesis done right. That's what was known as. I believe it's up on Sonic Retro. You can see it there. They basically took the Advances elements and ran it to basically totally rebuild it and show that, yeah, it just was not optimized correctly as far as the way they made it. And actually, going back to Sonic Advance, I'm glad you brought that up. Sonic Genesis was built on the Advance. Or on the Sonic Advance engine. But, yeah, that's what... were you gonna say something?
Nope.
Okay, just was wondering. Alright, so, yeah, but... Yeah, he kind of did that, and I mentioned when we did Sonic CD, he was demoing, like a proof of concept of Sonic CD running on an iPhone. Sega saw it. They said, we're not gonna cease and desist this, but we want you to make this for us, and that's how we got that version. So, yeah, because... I think, yeah, Chris White was known as Stealth, I believe, in the Sonic community. I think Simon Tomlin, who also worked on Mania, they had a lot of background as far as that, and so that's where a lot of that came from. Can we give him the Mega Man series, please? Yeah, I'd like to see that. I mean, that would be very nice to see. What was your take? You're the Mega Man expert, by the way.
That would be very welcome, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that perspective, and we're coming up to E3, as is, so we might potentially see something like that. I don't know, we'll see. We'll start talking E3 next week, when we have some of the conferences starting on Saturday. But, that would be nice. I mean, I'd love to see... I mean, Mega Man 11 admittingly was a good case of that. Okay. Oh, yeah, that was weird. Yeah, Mega Man 11 was kind of a point to that, as far as... Because Mega Man was like, oh, yeah, sorry about the flash there, that's weird. We're gonna get into a weird case when we get into the Skybase I'd love to see what he could do with that. Me too. I mean, because in a lot of ways, that's kind of what happened with, yeah, okay, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I think what's going on was that the way the pallets work... Oh, yeah, and the Orbinauts are very hard to avoid in this version. Oh! Yeah, so they just hit me on the foot and died. Yeah, but also you see there's like, yeah, there's no water here now when you die. But alright. Yeah, I'd like to see that as well, but... yeah, I've never seen some of these things before. I'm gonna say that right now. I've been playing this game since '94, but I've never seen some of these weird glitch things. Yeah, look at that. I don't know why it's doing that, and I don't think it's based on this collection. Looking away. Yeah, okay, yeah. When this goes on the YouTube site, I'll be putting up warnings for sure, but we're in better cases now, for sure. As far as that. But yeah, it's weird. Going back to the element of that, Mega Man 11 was a terrific game, for sure, as far as what they did with that, but I would also, I mean, there's something to be said about kind of giving a franchise like that to people who would understand exactly how the mechanics would work. And, I mean, not to say the people who made Mega Man 11 didn't understand how it worked, they sure did, but that idea of, like, the fan perspective. I mean, we sort of got that a little with Mega Man, with the Mega Man versus Street Fighter, which I do have. When I figured the PC situation, we could show that, ooh. But, outside of that, not really too much. So I'd like to see that idea and, you know, the return to some of the elements of Mega Man, which we're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks with Mega Man Legends and then Mega Man X3 and X4. So, this could be an interesting case. When we do X4, by the way, and X3, we're channeling a version. So Nocturne here is going to be playing X4 for us. I'll be doing X3. Mega Man 11 is... Okay, so you're not a fan of Mega Man 11. I'll say this about Mega Man 11. I've not necessarily played it as massively. I'm going to drown. And we're going to see the fact that, yeah, you get that drowning mouth thing of Sonic, which always freaked me out. I don't know if that was the case with you, or not. I'll tell you what's more freaky, going back to Sonic Mania. They add one of those for Tails. Tails never had one in the old games. Oh, when I saw that, I was almost kind of upset. I was like, oh my god, that's so horrible seeing Tails drowning that way. And it's even, like, compared to, like, how it was in Sonic Adventure, where you hear them, like, doing the glub, glub, glub thing as they float up to the... or their dead body floats up to the water. And you have, like, this orchestral version of that Sonic 1 drowning music going. Two words, Double Gear... Oh! Okay, you're not a fan of the Double Gear Mega Man 11. You and I, Nocturne, we talked about this. You said once to me that you said it seems like they're forcing the Double Gear on you more in a lot of cases than making it something that's feasibly optional. Like, there's certain points like, oh, you can't possibly get through that without it. So I can get that perspective, and I'll see that.
Yeah. Like, I know I still haven't actually played it, but I've seen enough of a playthrough that, that I honestly can't say that I think the double gear system is a good thing.
I mean, I guess the idea is maybe it makes, I think we mentioned this, it makes it maybe too easy the thought like, oh, I can just slow this down and we're gonna be okay. But, by the way, the Chaos Emerald's up here on the left. Actually, they changed this on the Master System version. It was actually in a pit of spikes. You had to hit a invisibility box and jump on the spikes to get it. But they just put it out here for this. Oh yeah, so, Electrus agrees with you. As far as that. So, yeah, I get that as well. I mean, the thought of like, okay, it's an interesting mechanic they add, I'm glad they have it. Oh, and I got the ring, so you get 10 rings for that. But the idea of like, you're gonna use it too much. So, that could be a potential. So, I mean, that being said, there's like, so I get the idea of like maybe going back to basics to some degree, but maybe not as back to basics as 9 and 10, which are good games. Well, 9 in particular I really like. I like 10 too, but still just the idea of like, alright, maybe that's too safe. Or the idea of like a Sonic Mania take on a Mega Man, where Mega Man, I can imagine like him doing like a Mega Man X take on that. Imagine that kind of a take, like a Mania take on that. By the way, I'm under the water here, you can't drown here. So it's weird. So Sonic can breathe underwater, but only in very specific circumstances. Yes, that's very strange. I guess too, this if Chad has not played this game before, or Nocturne has not played this game before, both. Yeah, what are you thinking about the Sonic 1 Game Gearness? Oh, okay, there, he comes up here, certain areas, he'll come down the sides here. You want to hit him here, but you also want to be careful because he draws out a missile, or a torpedo. Or going back to the Star Fox 64 play we did, which I first recommended, I thank you very much. That was a wonderful playthrough we did, a wonderful time we had. Fire a homing torpedo! So yeah, Robotnik is doing that. Yeah, usually it's too risky to jump into the center because if you won't bounce far enough usually. So the way I tend to do it is I do it this. The Master System might be different. but I've actually not played the Sega Master System version of this. Of 2, I have, and I haven't, and we'll do that. And we'll relive the memories of that, and maybe the idea of, maybe that being better on Master System. By the way, he can also drop out the torpedo. He didn't do it. He can do it while he's dying, and I've gotten hit by that, and it's not pleasant. But yeah, we're good. And we're done with the Labyrinth Zone. Actually, this is not going to be a long one. At least Sonic 1 Game Gear's not going to be long. Sonic 1 on the Genesis isn't going to be that long either, necessarily. But still, I think that's why it's like, let's do both of them. That, and people don't tend to show this version off either. So we're in Scrap Brain Zone. It's a lot different than we had before. Again, starting the music. So yeah, Green Hill is the only level that comes back from Sonic 1 Genesis that has its original music. Alright, so we have the fire going, all that, but it's out of the way, so you're not going to get hit by it. And there's the life on the not the treadmill, it's the conveyor belt. But you still have those things, and we're going to get into a Flashing Lights case in the next zone, not the next act. We have 2 more for this, and we're going. But yeah, there we go. But it is interesting, because it's kind of more of a maze, in a lot of ways. Especially when we get an Act 2. You see the caterpillars as the fire's going into that shh. But there we go, we are done with Act 1. Oh, that's weird, I got... Oh, right, okay, that was the other thing. Yeah, I got 50 rings, but you don't get the special stage. You don't get them on Scrap Brain or on the next zone we're going to do, which is Sky Beast. Alright, so Scrap Brain Act 2. This is where it's going to get more maze-like. As opposed to everything killing you, like we're going to see in the Genesis game. And I actually had people mention that to me before I did this. I said, oh, I'm streaming this one. They said, oh my god, I remember Scrap Brain being a pain in the ass because of that. We'll get in that in due time. In the meantime, there's going to be a nice little waxing jaunt in a lot of ways. And it does get you ready for the end of the game, or the end of this game, as is. Also, one thing you don't have, I don't believe, is you don't have those buzzsaws coming out. Oh.
Whoops.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Actually, okay, I'm glad I got to show that, because the ring just popped. It's just one, and you can't really collect it, because you're going to be out of the range. Yeah, actually, I touched it. It did nothing.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's weird. I'll say this, if they ever, like, do a remake of this, maybe added that aspect. And that's one thing I guess Sonic 2 Game Gear got right, sort of, although even then you only have a couple rings to get. And then they just color them. So, like, yeah, you got the rings, but they're not gold anymore. They're, like, silver, or they're rusted. Also, screen transitions. Yeah, the emerald here is very specific where you go and have a look. And going down here, yeah, we have the little pig guys. I'm trying to remember what their names are. I can actually go back and look at the manual to see what they are. And roll down the hills this way. But you don't want to roll down this way, because what we need to do is we need to... I'm trying to remember how this is working. I think I need to jump down here and hold... I'm trying to remember which way I gotta go. Okay, it's not this way. I think I have to go to the right. Because what you have to do is you have to hit a switch, and then you come out to these doors. Okay, this is where this life is. Because you're seeing the little lights on the door there. That is... Yeah, you can only go in that way. The other ones in the last act were both ways, so you can do that. But yeah, I have to do it that way. I have to go the right. Because you go a specific way and go... Because the emerald's behind one of those doors. And so I guess the easy way to do that is we jump down here. And yeah, that's where I have to go. That's where progress is, but that's fine. For the time being, we can go this way. Yeah, because the trap supports you up here. And, oh, wait a minute. Hold on, that... Let me see. Oh, right, you have to hit it. Okay, what you have to do is you have to hit a switch. Okay, you have to go down here. You have to go... no. Oh, yeah, and I'm totally out of control here. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to... We're getting that emerald, don't worry. But, yeah, in the meantime, let me know what you're thinking about what you're seeing. Oh, yeah, be almost getting killed by that thing. Actually, I gotta be careful now because I don't have rings. Because this is one Sonic, you don't have rings, you're dead if you get hit. And they will still throw out those marbles, so that'll be something you don't want to do, or don't want to get hit by. Alright, so... Alright, I'm just gonna go to the... Okay, no, I missed it.
I think you need to go back down on the path to the left instead of jumping straight down there.
Yeah, what I was trying to do is when I'm trying to jump down that way, I'm trying to see if I can do it in midair, because you can, but it's very specific. Okay, I'm gonna try one other thing, because I think there's another path to go up. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll go this way, we're gonna see where it is. is just jump up the hill. Oh, right. That's what it is. I have to jump down. Okay, that's a pit. There's a couple of these you have to jump down, but this goes to the other thing with some of these things, which is it's kind of a leap of faith. Also, that's where the checkpoint is. Okay, it's... Well, let's try them all. Okay, no, it's the third one. I don't think on the Sega Master System is really going to help you seeing that either. But it's one of those things that, yeah, it's kind of a little more of leap of faith element. Which, I mean, I guess... I can't really think of examples we get in that with Sonic. Can you? Chat or Nocturne, or both. Or, and both, I should say. So I'm appreciating that. Oh, wait, no, I have to go down this one. Right, so you go down this one. Go to the right. Go through the door. Okay, this is it. Then you go up here. There we go. And it's behind that door. Alright, perfect. I was thinking a little ahead. There we go. Bless you. Alright. So with that... Alright, you hit... Okay, okay, so that's what you have to do. You have to come here to hit that switch to open that door over there, otherwise it doesn't open. And then jump over it, make sure not to hit it again, and just go all around. Alright, now we have to go the way we were going before. Or... Okay, not that way. Bless you.
Don't know where that's coming from.
That's alright. Oh, shit. I almost got burned again.
Toasted hedgehog?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. I'm trying to think of... Yeah, I guess that goes, like, to the idea of, like, if anybody's mentioned... well, no, I mean, I was gonna say, if, like, has there ever been a case of... Okay, I just jumped through the wall there. I don't know what that was about.
Wall clip!
Yeah, wall clip, indeed. I'm finding these things out along with you, all of you. So that's the case. I was gonna say there's not necessarily been a case where Sonic has been, or the thought of him being, cooked. Although there was a story in one of the comics. Let's go in the comics for that. There was this, one story, I think it was in, I'm trying to remember what issue it was. I'll put a edit in the chat, or in the, YouTube video version of this, to explain it. Where Sonic has too many chili dogs, and he imagines this idea of Robotnik being this, like, burger tycoon who runs Burgertropolis, where he says, have it my way or else, over 1 million enslaved, take off on Burger King and McDonald's slogans, and he says that he's going to be doing a Kentucky frying of Tails, extra crisp and crispy, and I think Tails responds to that, because he's, like, in, like, a chicken outfit. It's bizarre. I'm gonna try and see if I can't find a picture of it, and when this goes on the YouTube site, I'll be having that flash up on the screen here, like I did with the, one of the edits on, when I did for Mad Maestro. I put the Brack show on there, because, like, first I owed you that edit when I didn't get your reference to, the Brack show when we did that game, which was amazing, by the way, when that happened. Yeah, we cover a lot of things on this show, just to let you know, Nocturne, so there you go. You never know what you're going to get out of this program. Even elements of the game I'm playing, even the game I've played a lot, or game you've played a lot. So, alright, here we go. We're in Act 3 of Scrap Brain. And this is going to be a little different because, well, it is in Act 3, but... Wait, there are rings here. What's going on here? That's not right. This should be how it is on, Genesis. Okay, this is where we're getting maze-like again. But, yeah, I mean... We just have to go to the end feasibly. This is a bit longer. Please just find a way out. Okay, I'll avoid those, but with rings, we're okay. There's a life, but I don't think I'm going to need it. I do like this take on the music for Scrap Brain. It's definitely a different take. I mean, Koshiro did a different take on it than Sonic and more a different Genesis game. But I do kind of like it. In this case, it kind of gives you this nice foreboding feel of, you know, we're almost at the end. We're going to be taking care of Robotnik eventually. Oh, right, you have to... Yeah, hit that. Alright, here we go. There we go, running after him. And as usual, yeah, Robotnik's faster than us when he's on foot. But yeah, he's going up there. So we gotta follow him. So like the Genesis version, Scrap Brain Zone Act 3 does not have a boss. But we have another zone entirely, as opposed to Final Zone. We'll see Final Zone, of course, when we play Genesis, Sonic 1. Yeah, always Skybase. And, Electrus, you were saying, looking away from the chat, if you're sensitive to flashing lights, I'm going to warn you on this level in particular, because the background, those little lights there, they're going to flash. So I'm going to put a warning on the video, like that. Or get easily press in the right analog stick and look at it in the Game Gear view. So this is how I was looking at it back in 1984, but there we go. Just a quick little look. Yeah, but you want to be careful with those because they will... Okay, they'll go off at intervals. And just avoid what they are. And not be in the way when they happen. Because also, when you get hit like that, you don't have recovery time. So I get hit again, I either would die or lose my rings again. And there is the cannon. As long as I avoid that, I should be good. Yeah, you just want to keep in line away from where those lights are. I think there's another game I'm thinking of that has something like that. Oh! Sonic CD does that. With the Wacky Workbench Zone. Oh. Yeah, we'll be out of this one, and there will not be anything. Yeah, there's the walking bombs again. Like before, they'll blow up and go. Yeah, we'll be out of this flashing hellscape soon, don't worry. If it's sensitive, but again, I just want to warn you because this is before I get... I mean, here's the thing. I mentioned that more of as a courtesy than anything. Not because I personally know anyone that I'm aware of. Well, it's not, and this is the case for you, you're sensitive to flashing lights, but just because, like, well, if they don't optimize something like that, I just want to give it a courtesy. Mention, like, okay, I'm going to warn that. Especially when I know. I mean, if I didn't know like I did with Defender last week, I'm like, oh shit, sorry, because I didn't know. I mean, now, fitting going back to the Bound Wonderworld case, because that was a case where they had to patch that game for the case of that. But, and I think they did tone this down when they ported this to the 3DS Virtual Console, because you can buy this on there. You buy all the Sonic Game Gear games that came in the US on that. I think they're like $3-4 a pop. Alright, here's Skybase. You mentioned your love of Mario Brothers, I believe, or Super Mario Brothers 3 Nocturne, yes?
Airship.
Yes, we're at the airship. Now, how do you get the, KS Emerald? Yeah, you're seeing that. You can't see it there. You're on the map if you can. Jump here. This platform. Gotta ride this for quite a ways. Otherwise, you have to go all the way around and go through the airship where there's these cannons shooting. In this case, the gun's shooting off-screen. So that's gonna be not potentially, you know, pleasant. Even Sonic can kind of annoy. We're gonna get into that with, you know, Sonic's attitude of the Sonic elements or the character. There's also pretty nice music. One thing I want to do is I want to wait. Actually, you know what? Let's move this over to the side, because you can jump on those ladders. But I want to have it there, because it's going to stay there. Come on, get the life. Oh, shit! No!
No!
Oh, well... Yes, that was the case of me getting shot off screen. The Sega Master System is a little better, to a certain extent, on that. Because you can see more of this. But, also, like with the other things, we don't have rings here. So, we're gonna have to keep going this way. But I've got 10 lives, I've got 3 continues, we're gonna be fine. So, and I don't have to go get the life. By the way, if I die, the life isn't there anymore. That gets really nerve-wracking when you have to keep an eye on where the bullets are coming from. Again, go back to the Some Call Me Johnny channel, or the Super Gaming Brothers channel. They did this. This part gave him absolute hell, and I don't blame him for that. I hope I didn't screw myself out of this. You're supposed to ride this out, but I don't remember if you have to take that other platform up there. If I don't see a platform coming up and down soon, I'm gonna assume I died, and then we're gonna have to fall. Yeah, getting a little jittery. It's not flashing lights, but yeah, it's definitely getting to that case. I think I... Yeah, I think... Yeah, which is what... Yeah, okay. You know, let's just... Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, just let myself die that way. Just okay. Okay, so, alright, so then I had to jump to that. And see, I'm not even dealing with the thing with the bullets. Okay, so I was thinking, like, oh, it'd be easy going this way, because the bullets are not going to be seeing me feasibly. But I can't, so I had to jump on that one up there. Actually, the other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kill myself after I get the Chaos Emerald. Because I want to show something else off. This is where things get a little nerve-wracking. Because there's the cannon. The cannons will turn around in certain directions. Like that. And the best way to do this is kind of jump up a little to see where they are, or keep a handle on where they are like that. And when, basically, when I'm jumping like that, I'm not gonna, oh shit, I just got clipped. But yeah, if you, I was gonna say, when you're jumping on that, it stops.
The cannon clipped Sonic's toenails.
I know. Yes. Well, fitting for that, because, you know, Sonic's, you know, feet. The idea is like, hey, he's gonna have to have those feet working, because otherwise he's gonna be trouble. Like with Sonic Labyrinth, this is the case. Or like with, well, the comics went into that. Well, and Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog went into that, including the one, where I'm trying to remember the name of the character. It's like the girl raccoon or squirrel character who's like, she wants to steal Sonic's shoes, but then, because it's the Sonic Says element, which is, Lulz-tastic, let's put it that way. She says, like, no, don't steal the shoes, and she decides not to, and, because like, oh, he's in the shower, he'll take his shoes. But, yeah, he's not actually in the shower. It's like, yeah, so who is in the shower is a real question, but it's like, yeah, don't steal stuff, kids, but there you go. Alright, yeah, let's not have his toenails clipped, feasibly, or clipped with a bullet. I mean, clipped with a nail clipper, maybe. But, yeah. Oh shit, I got hit that way. Okay, I'm having just as much of a bad time as Mr. Johnny did. Alrighty. Okay, so let's try this again. But I have a bunch of lives and a bunch of continues. We're gonna be set.
Cannon go boop.
Yeah, that's the other element to this, and why I'm happy to have you here, because yeah, it's about finding the insights on some of these games. Because again, you've never, or I don't know if you, because you said you've never played this, but have you looked this up, seen videos or anything of this, or not?
Nope.
No. Okay, so yours is totally different. So it's like, and that can sometimes be the fun idea, playing a game blind or seeing a game blind. It's like, what is this? What's going on? And adding to a conversation that way, and seeing where it takes us. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stay far enough away because I don't think it can get me here feasibly, but oh no! I was thinking I could go underneath it. Alright. Okay, now we're unfortunately getting into the numbers going down. The only reason I'm doing this and I'm adamant of this is because the Chaos Emerald's over here. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go through that, and when we get past those cannons, hopefully this time, there will be another platform you ride up, and then you get the Chaos Emerald over there. It's the last one. I guess to that, I'll put this out then. What? Because, no, you played Sonic 2 Game Gear, where you get the Chaos Emeralds the same way as this one. What's your idea? What do you think as far as the idea of getting the Chaos Emeralds leveled?
I never found any of them.
Okay, so I was gonna say, do you like better the idea of doing special stages for them or finding them a level? I'm gonna assume special stages because you couldn't find them. Am I right about that?
More or less.
Okay. It's one of those things you kind of have to know, and same with this one. Growing up, I never knew how to get this one. Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine now. Yeah, because it's coming up here. Yeah, so I mean, I guess the idea is like, yeah, the special stages for Sonic for that, to get the emerald. Okay, that. And I'll move on an interval, so... Oh, shit, no! Yeah, I don't want to do that. Because they give you just enough room there. So let me get a little closer and get onto that thing. There we go. Okay, good. Got it. And basically what you do, by the way, going through here is you kind of go all the way around. But I'm going to let myself get shot in the face. So it is like the Mario airship. The Mario 3 airship. Completely. But I did that on purpose. We've got the Chaos Emerald, we're all done. It does save that when you die. But, yeah, if I can get up here, or avoid those, easier when on land like this, and don't hit the blades, you die there as well. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. Jump! Okay, no, I didn't make it. Alright, so, okay, it's up here. Let's go here to the right, make the jump here. Let's roll across and through that. There we go. We just skipped the whole level. And assuming I hit this right, I'll get a massive time bonus for that. I got a life. Okay, so I got to show off all the panels then. Perfect. I think it's based on rings. Or it's based on something. Oh, I got 50,000 points. I think you can actually get more than 50,000 if you get out of that in like under 20 seconds. And it's also guaranteed another life. Okay, actually no, I think...
Well, we're back up to 9.
Yeah. Actually, no. Okay, I remember what it is now. When the life appears on that, I think you have to have 7 lives, and that'll show up. I think there might be some of the rings as well. I'm also gonna put another flashing lights warning coming on this boss. This is the final boss, by the way. We're on. Dr.ROBOTNIK here, and avoid. This is getting bad. Avoid the fire and avoid when the hits the button. Oh, okay, yeah. The fire. Yeah, cooked Hedgehog again. Or I'm going to Kentucky.
Toasty.
Yeah, or Toasty. Yeah, we'll do Mortal Kombat later this year. We're gonna be doing that around Thanksgiving because we do a fighting showcase where we're gonna be looking at each of them. And when I do the Midway Treasures, oh shit, we're gonna do Midway Treasures 2, and Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 in that. All right, let's try this again. Again, if you're just joining, Yeah, we're almost done with Sonic 1 Game Gear. We'll do Genesis next, and sorry for flashing lights, but yeah. Fortunately, that's how they designed it. And yeah, the hardest part of this is either, not necessarily the fire, I'm just not paying attention to the fire, it's following that orb. Or, yeah, they're getting hit that way. So, I mean, I guess it's a precursor to what we're going to be seeing in Final Zone in the Genesis game. But I have 3 continues, I think, or 3 or 4 continues, we're not losing this. You just have to hit me time to bust the glass, or, I was gonna, okay, no, the die-hard line of shoot the glass is not gonna fit because I'm not shooting him. We did that back in April with Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, every time he hits that button, by the way, he'll bring the orb out. But the... Okay, and it will follow you. The fire is on an interval. I think it goes left, right, and then it goes center. Usually if you go to the left like that, you should be good. Okay, there we go. There we go, got him. And follow him out that way and see what's happening. Oh! I never went in that before he did. Okay, he's supposed to go in that and travel away. I'm supposed to jump in, and then I come out of it. Like that. Usually that's supposed to be a cutscene. He's supposed to disappear, and then I can control it and jump in. I've never done that before, jumping in that way. Okay, so there we go. That is Sonic 1 Game Gear. And by getting all the Chaos Emeralds, this is the main difference. You do this little cutscene. We have the Chaos Emeralds, which are all one color in this game. Only blue. Maybe because of the elements that basically save South Island from the Dark Cloud of Robotnik. And we get points for the Chaos Emeralds we got. You get 20,000 for each. And then after that, we get Sonic Left, which is the lives. Sonic Calling Johnny again said, oh, Sonic left. He didn't want to be part of this anymore. After what I dealt with in Skybase 2, maybe. And then special bonus, which I think is if you get all the Chaos Emeralds, I think. Correct me though, Chad, if that's not right. But yeah, there we go. That is Sonic 1 Game Gear. It is definitely a different take on Sonic the Hedgehog for it, but it makes it unique, and yay, indeed. And we're going to get yay because Sonic is going to sing this little song with a piece of music that actually was, I don't know if intentionally, maybe intentionally, used in Sonic Unleashed. Savannah Citadel. They have, part of that music uses the doot here. So yeah, but yeah, they took from the credits of this game feasibly for that. You know, we have Sonic, you know, doing the singing, which I guess that is the remnants of the idea of Sonic being in the band. They pulled ideas of that, that's where Vector came from, actually. Spectre the Crocodile for Knuckles Chaotix. But then, like, yeah, they pulled that idea away, and it was just Sonic himself, and then later characters came on. But yeah, here he is. He was going to be the singer in the band, apparently. But here he is, singing as the songs to get a little bit of a remix of the tracks we heard, sort of. It's like a bitifying of Sonic the Hedgehog. Not as fast as the other Sonic games we'd play on Game Gear later, but an interesting place to start, and more fair than Sonic 2. But we'll get into that. Yeah, Masato Nakamura did do the sound elements of this game, but the music was Yuzo Koshiro. I was going to see that as it comes along. Or no, he... Okay, that was it. Yuzo Koshiro did the rearranging and the original music. And Yuzo Koshiro did the music for Streets of Rage and Shenmue and ActRaiser for Super Nintendo, which I mentioned before. As a game I do want to show off because that game is awesome. I think I've shown you ActRaiser at one point, but I'll bring it back out because it's terrific stuff. That's going to be probably maybe a marathoning thing, but I'll look at that at some point. But there we go. So, presented by Sega. And that is the end, indeed, of Sonic 1 Game Gear. So, with that, I'll let it go back to the Sega logo there. Hit the distorted voice of the Sega, or the Sega sound, which is nice. Hit the white button. Also, you get the hints. They do tell you what happens here, which is you get 100 rings, 50,000 points, you get a life, and if you finish an act carrying 50 rings, you go to the special stage. Yeah, there's not much as far as hints in this game. No codes in this thing either. All the other stuff, they'll have the codes that are in there, including the next one we're going to do. Alright, so that went well for Sonic 1 Game Gear, so now let's get to the one you'll want to see, and the one you're probably more familiar with. If you played games of all, you've probably played this, but we'll go through every aspect in case you haven't, and just as far as the record. So, here we are. Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis came out on June 23rd, 1991. The Game Gear version came a couple months later, by the way. I'm going to let it play through the demo quickly. I'm just going to quickly give a little bit of a piece on this. I don't know what my gaming fandom would look like if this game hadn't come out. I think I probably would still be playing games to a certain extent, but there's something about this one. Even though there were other games I played before, this one really inspired my idea of, I played this, the Genesis was the first system we bought, I saw this, I said, I'd never seen anything else like this. It really captured my excitement and my imagination, even as a young child, and made me say, like, I want to be involved in gaming for sure, and find out those elements of it. And this is where I started, as far as Sonic. I started with this one, right at the beginning. That's not the case all the time. I mean, I know, Nocturne, you started with Sonic 2, correct?
Yep.
That was your take. But you played this game, for sure. And one thing about this, I'm also going to do, I'm going to put in the stage select code, up, down, left, right, hear that ring, you hit X, and start. X is reflecting on the Xbox controls, directing A for the Genesis. Because here's the thing, the reason I'm putting this up, we're playing the full game from start to finish, from the first stage, all that, not cheating for it. But what we were doing a test audio, an audio check on this earlier. I said to you, I want to show you this because I want to show you what the original order of the levels were. I realized doing this that no, this version in this collection does not reflect what the order was on the Genesis cartridge. Because on the Genesis version, you had Green Hill Zone and Labyrinth Zone was supposed to be the next stage. And I think it was then Marble, Starlight, Spring Yard, and Scrap Brain, I think. Correct me, chat, that's not right as far as the Genesis game, but it also goes to something about this version we're playing in here. This is based on the Japanese version of Sonic 1, in that there's certain things, like you're seeing up there, see the clouds going, the parallax scrolling there? That was not, I don't think, in the original Genesis cartridge we got. There's also the spike glitch, which we'll get into as we run through Green Hill Zone. I remember when I first saw this, like, look at these beautiful, beautiful waterfalls, beautiful trees, beautiful grass, all this. It just really set me off. I loved it.
Probably a good idea to actually demonstrate the lack of spike glitch.
We will, absolutely. No question about that. I will do that in the next zone, or next act. Because as is with Sonic, you start in one zone, and then you have 3 acts. Or in Sonic 1, anyway. So you're going through, you don't have the spin dash, you get that Sonic 2. Except Game Gear Sonic 2. Let's go back. That's probably another reason you probably didn't like Sonic 2 Game Gear, no spin dash, right?
Quite possibly. I don't really remember too much about it because I just hated it that much.
You're blotting out the memories. Well, we're gonna bring it back for the Master System version, but it'll be a little better. Don't worry that. But yeah, if you get 50 rings at the end of the level, jump in the ring there. We're gonna go get the chaos emeralds the way we mean to get them in a special stage. In a 360-degree rotating maze. You've never seen anything like it. That's literally what the back of the box said. And here we go. With the perfect... Yeah, we were doing the test look at this earlier. That was your take because what happens in the background is there are birds there, but then they also turn into fish. Also, I'm hitting that right rotation, by the way. That changes the rotation of the maze. And hitting that up and down makes it go faster or slower. It is beautiful. Yes, it is beautiful. Absolutely. And just the music here. It's, Masato Nakamura did the music for this version, specifically, of the band Dreams Come True. Talk about Dreams Come True. This is something I can imagine, the concept of, like, this being, like, the idea of, like, the lullaby, of, like, putting young children to sleep with, or having them go to sleep, going into this beautiful dream world with the fish and the birds and the birdfish as they are. As you hit the little things there to try and get those down to get the Chaos Emerald that's in there. Or it reminds me of something I saw. It's like, oh. Okay, I've never done that before. Get all the rings without getting the Chaos Emerald. And, okay, perfect. By getting 50 of those, they don't give you the counter for it. You gotta continue. But I'm glad I was able to show that off. Now we got Chaos Emerald. Hopefully, there are only 6 of these. Hopefully this won't be as clutch as Sonic CD was. There you go. We got our nice little Sonic there to give us a nice continue. Because you don't start with continues this game either. But there we go. And now we're in Green Hill Zone Act 2. Alright, I'll show that spike glitch off because we're early up from this stage. You know what? I'll show it. I'll jump. Oh. Yeah, jump upwards. Alright, yeah, you have to jump very specifically. Okay, well, alright, so I'm not going to be able to show it that way. But let me get the... Okay, we'll get one of the 10 rings. When you get hit, you lose all your rings. But, yeah, when you jump on spikes in this game... Oh, I'm bouncing the wrong way. Okay, fine. Let's... Okay, yeah, I didn't die hitting that. You know what? Let me kill myself. Just show that. Bang! So you hear that nice... Even just the idea of the sound design, the idea that you die in spikes, it sounds different than how you die knowing going... Yep. But, okay. So the reason I show that is because on the Genesis cartridge, when you bounce on spikes and get hit by it, they did something very weird with the hitbox for it, where it doesn't turn it off, and you bounce backwards, and you hit the spikes again and you die. In fact, for the debug mode in this, they make you invincible, so you don't die to that. If you get stuck on spikes, you're bouncing back and forth like that, you gotta reset the game. You can't continue. In fact, it's the spike pit that's down... I can kind of show this off. Yeah, I'll go back here and get the speed shoes, but I'll show this off by jumping on this. Yeah, down there. If I bounce on that, and I have debug mode on, I'm stuck, I can't get out. I bounce down there anyway, I'm dead because of the spike glitch. Normally, in this case, no. I get power sneakers, so start running. You hear the music speed up wonderfully. I don't know if I'm going to show this off, we showed this off, or we did this when we did the test element of this. Well, two things. One, you can fall in between the pillars there, which I did. Oh shit, I don't have... Okay, I'm not going to be able to show that off because I didn't have enough rings. Because all I was going to say is what we did before was that I did speed shoes, I got the invincibility, I hit the end, I went in the special stage. I went in the special stage with sped up music. Alright, I'm a little disappointed I didn't get that special stage because, yeah, I don't want to get in the clutch situation I was with Sonic CD, where I literally got the last minute.
It's early enough in the game that you could probably go back and demo it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know, yeah, that's true. You know, we can show that off, because we got this collection, we can run that, no issue. Alright, there's that spike bridge thing. You just have to kind of walk across it until Sonic Mania came out and talk about the fans giving people what they wanted. Burn that shit. Bring the fire shield there and...
Kill it with fire!
Oh, kill with fire, indeed. That's the right way to put it. Like, yeah, burn that shit was the way to say it too, but, I mean, killing with fire is probably the best way. Also, there's invincibility in there. So, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that. Oh, there's a ring there. Not that it's gonna matter, because you don't get... Oh, there we go. So I'll make the Robotnik boss fight a little easier. Yeah, the first time we saw Dr. Robotnik, here he is, with the ball and chain. That just got my imagination going so much of the idea of, oh my god, look at this boss, wow. I gotta get him. One thing you're also noticing is the way this emulation is, they don't have all the sounds perfect, even though so the slamming, like, yeah, it sounds a little more muffled. So that's going to be a little case if you're, you know, into that, but it's worth bringing up more than anything. And, let's go back to Sonic Genesis on Game Boy Advance. There's a glitch in that. You can actually jump to get stuck on him and basically jump on top of him to make this boss insanely easy. But, yeah, not so much in the good version of this game. Yeah, that Genesis, the Sonic Genesis on Advance, yeah, makes the Sega Smash Back Volume 1 on the Dreamcast look like this. That's another horrible port of this game. Which will show off at some point when we do Virtual Cop 2, because that's the thing I have that in. And Sega Swirl. But, Marble Zone. We're in the lava with marbles in the background. Kind of looking like Ultra Beast a little bit.
Probably one of my favorite zones in this game, actually.
Okay, do tell. What is it that gets your heart aflutter on this zone?
The music.
Music? Yeah, the music is good stuff. And yeah, that Sonic Genesis game on the Advance, you're gonna hate how that sounds. That was the other thing, just for me, just seeing like, oh my god, the fire burning the bridges there. Or these things, like, I thought like, oh, like tubes you go in, but no, they crush you, so don't go in there.
You know, you missed an opportunity. Scorched Earth.
Oh, right, there's stuff on, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That was what Sonic Genesis was, and of course the idea that Sonic Genesis came out the same day Sonic 06 did.
Well, I mean with the burning, with the platforms that you jump on and then they start to burn.
Well, we'll see the Scorched Earth coming up soon. I have a shield, we can show that off. So we'll be good at that. And there's the lamppost. I don't know if I actually hit any of those, but yeah, you hit that, you get your continue there. You continue from there if you die. Yeah, we will scorch the Earth for sure. That's nice stuff as you're going in, I guess, the laboratory going on here. Oh,
whoops.
Shit.
At least you had a shield?
Yeah, indeed. Hopefully I can find another one. I think there's another one on this stage. Because I do want to have enough to... Yeah, that's the other thing you hear that... Yeah, I don't think it's emulated right for the sound either, but it's not horrible. Again, go back to Sonic Genesis and Sonic and the Sega Smash Back Volume 1. And those were years after this. Sega Smash Back Volume 1 was 2001.
And clipping through the moving platform.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, actually, there was one thing, and I showed that off before, I'll show it off later, which is that you kind of could jump in a not ball state, and if you jump in that and hit an enemy, you still get hit, so don't do that. Actually, you know... Let me make sure I have enough. Okay, I'm gonna have enough. Good, I'm gonna have just enough. I think there's the fire in the next zone, so I'm gonna do that. Avoid the Buzz Bomber, yeah. Enemies that became part of gaming's lexicon right there. Buzz Bomber, Caterkiller. We saw Motobug, Chompers, and all those guys on last Zone 2.
Coconuts.
Coconuts, yep. For Sonic 2 especially. But, indeed, or Dr. Robotnik's favorite robot, if you're remembering the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog show. Alright, hopefully, okay, good. I didn't do what we did during the test of this, where I just fell into the goal and we lost. I maybe want to show that off, sort of, just to show that, just because of it, but, like, I don't want that to happen on hitting the up. That's where things get the hardest, honestly, on these. When you hit the up and it starts spinning way faster. And it's also a little different for the iOS Android version, the one Christian Whitehead, Simon Tomlin, and them made. Because they run this at 60 FPS on that version, so you have to kind of adjust your muscle memory a little bit. Makes it a little harder. Same with Sonic 2 Genesis for that, because then you have to be doing stuff with the special stage going so smooth. Like, I'm not used to it being that smooth. But yeah, we'll do the Scorched Earth in just a second. Because I think it is on this Zone 2. Or this Act 2. I keep saying Zone. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, our Earth is scorched. Okay, there we go. That's fine. So, yeah, imagine, yeah, you guys see the Sonic. See, this is the reason I almost want to show off Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis, because, yeah, they don't have the... You're thinking, like, alright, it's one thing to say, like, okay, they don't do a good port. I'm saying here, oh, there's sounds that are off. Okay, fine. That's a case, though, like, the physics are off. Even the idea of, like, hey, I'm running... Okay, I do that, you know, jump thing without the ball element. But in that game, you're running on that fire and it's not hurting you. Those fire platforms, it doesn't always hurt you. They didn't even do the clipping correctly for that. On top of the sound design, the way it sounds on the Advance not sounding very good, and everything else. And it's slowing down. I mean, we're not seeing slowdown going on in this game that much, if at all. Whereas in this case, because you want to go fast, but like anything on the screen, you're seeing it chug like crazy. More than we saw in Sonic 1 on Game Gear. And that was in 1991. Sonic Genesis was in 2006. It was on Game Boy Advance, which was supposed to be more powerful than the Genesis. So, like, yeah, what happened here? I mean, the Game Boy Advance can handle games like Yoshi's Island, it can handle games like Rayman, it can handle games like Mario Bros. 3, or Metroid, or anything you want to name. At the end of its life, after the DS already came out, it should be able to handle a Sega Genesis game from 1991, but it does not, and that is a problem. But that's the other reason why it might be worth showing off, to show, like, yeah, this is how it was, and also the... Yeah, if you jump at that height, by the way, you do that jump that way. It's a little weird glitch that the iOS Android version fixes. But it is something to still show off the idea of, like, yeah, I'm running in midair. Okay, not there, but still. So those little interesting elements. But you have to ride up here and jump up that way to get on the platform. And by the way, down there, I think was a hidden... Yeah, that's a little hidden cave with some ring boxes. But you have to take it backwards, so... that. Yeah, this is hard to get up, because you have to basically run correctly to get up there and get the checkpoint. It's the only one in this zone. This act. I keep saying zone, but this is zone. Pay attention there and pay attention and we'll avoid the fire. We don't want to kill Sonic with fire yet. Not until I get all the Chaos Emeralds. That'll be, actually, it'll probably be Starlight Zone. Feasibly. Oh, that... Okay, that's the other thing. Let's talk about Caterkiller as an enemy. He's very interesting that way, because... You have to land on his head. Hit anywhere else, you get hurt. But I hit just barely his head, and I think right as I killed him, I went down. Oh, okay, I didn't do that right. I was trying to bounce on each of those, because you bounce on them more, you get progressively more points.
I do that every time myself.
Yeah, because you get 10,000 points eventually, and...
And there we go again.
Yeah, again with Caterkiller. He's not, treating me nicely. But, yeah, because I was mentioning this to you, in the Japanese version, you get 50,000 points, you get a life in this version. Not in the US, you don't. Yeah, the Game Gear version has it, in the US, not Genesis. Although, actually... Oh, Lifers, you mentioned you played this in the Sega 6-pack. I know some of the later revisions of this game. I think, actually, this might be based on some of the later revisions we got. So, do you remember if those versions, like that Sega 6-pack version, I never played it on that, did they institute the idea of, like, 50,000 points for a life? Yeah, let me know if you know, or if you remember. And we'll see what we can do on the first of the really open special stages. This is the third one, because it's pretty close. You don't really have to go through much of a maze so much, you just have to go straight in the center. But, yeah, we're going to be trying to get all the Chaos Emeralds out of this game. I guess question 2... yeah, I was getting a little nervous. Yeah, here's the gold blocks. Don't hit them or you're out of here. Well, then the manual puts it really nicely, saying this is the end of the zone. Hit this to leave. I'm like, yeah, you're kind of burying the lead there. I was like, I'm gonna. No, I don't want. Yeah, this is where it gets tense for sure, and especially as it's going faster. I guess then when you played this game, did you get all the Chaos Emeralds? Yes.
I think I have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it well though.
Okay. I mean, I know I have, it's just that it's been a while since I last did it. I think the last time I did it was when I actually tested this capture device we're using tonight, and used for every Super Old Game Saturday show, where I was testing it with the Xbox 360 version of this, which I don't think you can download that version anymore. It was back when we did the port on that one. And, yeah, there we go, just got it.
There we go!
Awesome. There we go. See, we get the high five thing going a little better that way when I'm not alone. Because we've done that before. It's like, oh, I have to do that. No, I don't think it did. Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, that would make sense. I guess they're keeping what it was. But there we go. So, Marvel Zone Act 3. Definitely the longest. And definitely the longest of these three. And the case of... Okay, yeah, I was tempting fate there. I thought that was going to happen again, and then I was going to get hurt.
I just make a habit of always rolling into them.
Yeah, I mean, I do... Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's one of those things that sometimes you want to get fancy. And that's what Sonic does to you as a franchise. Like, oh yeah, you want to be going fast, but you also want to show that mastery of how this game operates. Of knowing, like, hey, I can run through this, I can just make this thing look like no trouble at all. But then it's like, oh yeah, you're risking yourself to get hurt by doing that. Like doing that run over there to get the shield. Which will protect you from one hit, by the way, unless you get crushed, or drown, or fall in a pit.
Whee! Crushy death!
Yeah, there's a lot of crushy death here for sure. And also that where I'm hitting the A button. I don't know if you can hear that. I can't jump, but that's fine. I'm not there. I mean, I'm trying to remember what the game was that... Okay, no, there was a game I was thinking where you're underneath something so tight, they actually changed the sprite where your ears go downwards. I was thinking that was, Tiny Toon Adventures Buster's Hidden Treasure for the Sega Genesis from Konami, which does that. Which is an interesting effect, and that was a game that was pulling from Sonic a lot as well, for the fact you could run fast and, like, do, like, the loop running with your feet, like Sonic, but it played like Super Mario World, and that you had hidden exits for levels if you found Go-Go Dodo. At some point I do want to do some of those Tiny Toon Adventures games, that one in particular. I also have the Wacky Sports Challenge on the Super Nintendo, which is a lot like Track and Field meets Mario Party a little bit. And it has a 4-player mode, actually. So yeah, it is a Super Nintendo game that has 4-player support for it. So that means it's one with people, feasibly. And feasibly some of the other ones. I know there was a Tiny Toon Adventures game for the Game Boy Advance that I believe Treasure made. People made Gunstar Heroes and Dynamite Headdy, which is really expensive, but I don't have it, and I don't even think it got released here. I think it was Europe only. I think it was Conspiracy Entertainment did a publish on that, because Konami didn't have the license anymore at that point. And that was years after the show was already taken off, although it is coming back. HBO Max has optioned a revival of the way they did, or that Hulu did with Animaniacs, which I still haven't seen that, but I do want to give it a shot. Because I love the original series of that. And we did, oh shit, I did the Animaniacs game for the Super Nintendo, but there is the Genesis version, which Nocturne you own, and that's where your memories of that one lie. So at some point we should maybe take a look at that, maybe have you two. Maybe you'll lead us that way, because you know it better.
Yeah, Sonic got a lava bath.
Yes, you did. Absolutely, and I love the idea of all the time. Be right back. Okay, take your time. And as I mentioned, all these are going on the YouTube site. For anything you miss in the meantime, will be up there. Alright, so yeah. And that always did scare me, those things with the spike things coming down. With them, you know, kind of the clinking thing going up. It's almost like maybe a form of medieval torture. Or like when you go to the Renaissance Festival or something. You run in that case where you see like the medieval torture devices and things like that. I guess in some ways they're going like dark with Sonic that way. It was like, yeah, just avoid getting yourself spiked to death or something. Or crushed.
I mean, clearly this is some sort of dungeon.
That's true, you're right.
If you look at the background.
Yeah, and you know, I'm gonna tell you, I gotta give you credit for that. I never put 2 and 2 together on that. I never really looked at that. So, see, that's the case. Almost 30 years I've been playing this game. I got the sense of like, okay, what is this? But I never really thought, oh yeah, that's what this is. So sometimes that's what it takes to learn stuff. Oh shit. But okay, I'm on like 3, so we can't get Chaos Emerald anyway, so it doesn't matter. So as long as I have rings going into Robotnik, we're set. Of course, seeing all of the contraptions Mr. Robotnik has, or Dr. Robotnik. Alright. So there we go. Now we're in the forest with the fire, and only we could prevent forest fires. Less wildfires now. But yeah, this is how Robotnik's gonna do it, by burning the platforms. And there's the fireballs coming out there. Basically just jump back and forth and we go. But just don't hit to him when the fire's coming down. I've done that a lot. And sometimes you get him into a death state and he'll be dropping a fireball and you get hit at the same time, which is not fun. But with that, we're good. And you get that, and I always loved like the idea of like the animals coming out, the yay! It was how my brother always used to say it. Ah, indeed. It fits for the animals well. Alright, so Springyard Zone. One of my favorite stages as far as how it looks and how it, I guess how it feels. I mean, it's one of the levels that, let's get into this feasibly. I guess Marble Zone is, and some people said over the years, kind of come back to this game, almost backlashed against this, in the sense that it's not as fast as later entries in the series, which it isn't, I agree with that. But the idea is like, oh yeah, you have to be taking your time more, whereas there aren't a whole lot of levels where you're running super fast. This is sort of one, although you do run into cases where you're, you know, coping with certain things and going down, or just going over that entirely and skipping the slow platform section. But honestly, it never really bothered me, the idea that, oh, you're slowing down a little more as far as having to stop and wait for things in this one. I don't know. Nocturne, was that your case? Did you ever really mind that?
Not especially. I mean, I love a good, I love a good speedy Sonic section, but Sonic is also a lot about exploration. And
platforming, too. So, I mean, and I think that was just the idea. I mean, maybe it's the thought of, like, well, because Sonic 2 really made it go a lot faster, so the thought is that, oh, if Sonic's not going fast, there's something wrong with that necessarily, which I don't necessarily believe that. It depends on how the game is designed in particular. I mean, Tails Adventure, we're going to do that. And, yeah, I think, we're going to do Tails Adventure next month. That's the one I think I want to do. Also, because I'm invincible, I can avoid these spike balls, no problem. But for something like that, that's a case where it's not fast, but because it's more of an exploratory game, kind of like Metroid a little bit, kind of like Zelda 2. And in that case, that's a Sonic game that many people have played, and I would say that it's the best game on the Game Gear as far as my money. I love that game to death. Also, I'm going to show one other thing off. You can go up that way and see those enemies that we saw in Bridge Zone 4 in Game Gear. But yeah, hit this switch, go through there, and we're set. And see the graphics
and glitchy warp ring, or special stage ring.
Well, warp ring, separate ring, whatever. And in that case, I think that was also in the original game. So it's like, oh yeah, the original game has this too. Alright, special stage 4, let's see what we can do. Yeah, this one I remember you're kind of just going down the path a bit and basically just don't take turns that are not, going straight. But you can also continue really easily here. In fact, I think I've only gotten one. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm probably just going to go back. Okay, there we go. And you can also get a life here. Actually, I was mentioning this when we did our test playthrough. I'll mention this for the purpose of the stream now. The instruction manual for this game indicates that there's a Sonic... Oh, no, don't want to go that way. They mentioned there's a Sonic icon here, like a life you can pick up for that. No, you can't. They took it out before the manual, or after the manual got printed. I don't remember which way I gotta go. Okay, no, it's this way. And then go through the peppermints right there. Whoa! Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that little icon that's in the instruction manual, I guess they changed the elements of the game after the print of the instruction manual. Which is always an interesting case. You play a game with the manual, it's like, oh, there's something in it. Like, wait a second, why is it not in the game? Where am I missing? Okay, I got the life anyway. Which you kind of have to just listen for, because they don't give you the ring total on screen that way. Got it. Because I remember another game that did that with GoldenEye. Because they had a couple of the weapons in there. They had the spider. I was like, what is this weapon? I played it, like, what was this? And there's this other weapon called the Klob, if you remember that one. Which was named after Ken Lobb, who was at Rare at the time, and now was at Microsoft. They changed the name of the Glitchy Spring. Yeah, we're getting into that for sure with that. But, yeah, they changed the name. It was the Spider initially was going to be called, and they just called it the Klob. And they called it something altogether when they brought it back from Perfect Dark. We all know it that way, but something of the manual changing after that. Or, so you're going to be doing, or not, you're doing Mega Man Legends later this month. I showed you because I have it on Nintendo 64, you have it on PlayStation. I showed you the manual of it on Nintendo 64. It's referencing the fact it uses the expansion pack and the controller pack, neither which it uses, and the cherry on the icing, or the icing on the cake, or the cherry on the sundae, however you want to put it, was that it shows the screenshots of that Nintendo 64 port of Mega Man Legends called Mega Man 64 with the screenshots of the title screen and the options menu of the PlayStation game. They didn't change it. They had 3 years to change it for the manual for the Nintendo 64 version, and they didn't. So, yeah, there you go. Funny thing to note. And there we go. Okay, bad ink bouncing with multiple in a row to get more points. So yeah, we're going pretty well with this. It's going pretty swift, but then again, that's Sonic having to go fast and all that. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, and you're rolling because you don't have the spin dash in this. That wasn't until Sonic 2, and I think Yuji Naka said the reason for that was because the way he had a program. Oh yeah, you can go through the spring here, so I'm just standing there like that, going back and forth. But yeah, apparently the way this works, because there's a speed cap on this when you're moving along, and what happened was he said I was not able to program the game to properly recognize the spin dash without me going off screen and considering that an off-screen death, like falling in a pit, basically. But what happened is that, yeah, he couldn't figure it out, so he shipped the game out without that way. And then when Sonic 2 came around, that was where they figured out what they're gonna do, and also Sonic CD. So, but what was interesting was the case that when, when Sonic Jam came out on the Sega Saturn, they totally reprogrammed the Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic & Knuckles that were in that. And Yuji Naka went back and he actually reprogrammed himself this game to make it work with the spin dash. He gave you the option for the spin dash. It was the first version of Sonic 1 to have that. Actually, you know what? I also want to kill myself because I don't have enough rings for the special stage. I don't think we can get enough. Just let the spike come back. But yeah, he had to pretty much come back and he basically reprogrammed that game himself for the purpose of that port for it. And actually also interesting was when M2 ported, they did the 3D version of this for the 3DS, which is in the Sega 3D Classics collection. They were not sure how to do the element of the spin dash. They said, we want to include this, but we don't know how to program this in. They called Yuji Naka up. They said, we need help doing this. We know you did this with Sonic Jam and did before. Can you help us figure out how to do this? He's like, sure, absolutely. He gave him the hand as far as figuring out how to do it. And I believe when they did the iOS Android port, or not M2, Christian Whitehead and Tom Lee did that. They, I think, figured it themselves. But yeah, in that case, they figured how that was. And if you want to see the hilarious aspect of the spin dash, see that in Sonic Genesis. It doesn't follow the screen correctly. You know what? I just want to make sure I have enough before I go down, because I'm not sure if I can make that jump correctly. There's another path we can take. Oh, we hit the roller, which those are always tough to deal with.
Those are always such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, because they don't come from anywhere. Where's the light in that? Isn't there supposed to be light in that?
Occasionally, there's one that doesn't have a light.
Okay, that might be one. Oh, I like that one. Or if I off-screen it weird and like, oh, it's like the texture loaded out or something. Okay, I'm just a little nervous here going this way because I want to see what's happening. Okay. Because I don't want to hit those and lose all my rings. See, it's funny, I'm playing this the way I played Sonic CD. Oh yeah, without spin dash, you're just walking up the hill. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it. There we go. We'll get to enjoy more of this wonderful music, which is terrific stuff. Oh, and there's a shield down there, so I can just go get that, and we said. Benefit of dying, and then get stuck in the... Oh. Oh, okay, actually, I guess what I can do is... Since I didn't... Or, I guess they don't do that in Sonic 1 Game Gear. This one they do, if I can get to it. Alright. I want to get the shield. I'm trying to get the shield, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna bounce over. Yeah, we're in spring hell again. So, yeah, it's fitting, this. But... Alright. Okay, there we go. Eventually you keep hitting them, they don't give you points anymore. They just give you 10, admittedly. But, yeah, eventually they stop giving you points. Game Gear apparently doesn't do that, and I didn't know that until tonight. So again, you sometimes learn stuff when you come to a game you've been playing all your life, feasibly. Or ever since it came out. Whoa! Okay, I have the shield.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's weird, because again, I'm taking my time for this, but that goes to the idea, as I was saying, with the idea of speed. Like, does Sonic necessarily have to always be fast? And the answer is, well, yes, in the sense he's Sonic. Well, or no, in the sense that other games don't always have him fast, but also no in the case of you don't want to keep the speed going or stop, or you don't want to stop that feasibly if you're playing this. You're like, oh, I love running fast, but sometimes you want to be a little more careful to get through, and then it rewards you the fact that, okay, I can run again. or I can roll this and make that jump and then miss it. Yeah, there's a ring patch up there, and another, basically it's another exit. So it's kind of like the, second exit in, what is it? Collision Chaos and Sonic CD. You got special stage 5, I think, we're on?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, 5. So far, we've been having good luck. Well, yeah, but it's weird. I kind of was happy that happened, but I also kind of was not happy because I didn't remember what the ordering is. Yeah, the goal's over there, so I don't want to hit that. Actually, feasibly at the end of this... Well, okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. At the end of this, I was going to show off... What was it? I guess hitting the goal. Was that the only thing I was going to show off that I didn't yet? The lack of the spike glitch, we showed that already. What was the other thing? Was there something else? I'm trying to remember. You think we got... you have to think we got another continue. Yep. And those rotating blocks and the up-down things. The down ones are the ones you want because it turns it really slow, and then up goes fast. Ooh, sometimes you can't avoid it, so that's the idea. And, alright, so I mean, we mentioned, I guess, the idea that this was the special stage that they gave for this game, which they wouldn't return to until, well, as a full special stage concept until Sonic 4 Episode 1, although Sonic & Knuckles had the slot machine bonus stage that played with this. Except that you couldn't stay in it forever, based on how they designed that. Imagine a version of that could, though. Imagine if they put that as an option in the Sonic Origins collection when they put Sonic 3 and Knuckles into that for the first time in a decade, which I'm very happy to see. And they said there's going to be more stuff than just, them porting this. They said widescreen at least. They said 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, and CD. I can't wait to see what they do. Maybe we'll get more answers at E3, but I don't know. We had that Sonic Central thing last week that gave us the answer that way. Sorta. There we go. So I think we only need one more, which we'll get in the next zone. Or we'll get the next opportunity in the next zone. But we have 4 more chances, so it's going to be okay. This is not going to be like Sonic CD. I mentioned the thing to you, Nocturne, on that one, which was that when I did Sonic CD, I only got the last Chaos Emerald on the last level I could get it, which was Stardust Speedway Act 2. Because I failed it enough, and I wasn't able to get all the robot makers to get the good ending. I thought, I'm gonna miss this. But I did just get it. So as clutch as anything, but it went well. This area introduces those, spike ball ropes, which are not a fun time. And these, which we've mostly bypassed, but yeah, we can't avoid them now. But as I mentioned, the idea of slowing down a bit, and then being rewarded later of, okay, I get to kill something. Okay, I get to go fast. So there's a nice ebb and flow to this game, even to the point where I've heard the opposite true. It's like people say, like, oh, they don't like that this one slows you down. People liking this game better than some of the others because of that reason. Because they like the idea of, like, Mario, say. The idea of it being more deliberate. And so being like, I can control myself a little more than some of the other ones. So it's kind of interesting ebb and flow to that for this, or what other people think of it. Yeah, you just enjoy this wonderful atmosphere. I think that's the other thing that got me with this game, particularly. I don't think I'd ever really seen anything like some of the atmosphere and the look of it. I mean, look at the purple sky. It's just beautiful. Oh, I just barely touched that in the right place. So, yeah. And now I'm going to reenact the closing demo. I tried to do the roll off and then do the jump off that way. But actually, there is a reason to go up there on the right. You just keep rolling here to keep going downwards. And love the idea that the camera, goes away that way. Oh no. There we go. Now, this is you getting your Sonic on. Maybe I should grab this stuff. And I just like the idea of, like, the Star Trail coming back. Like, yeah, I'm invincible. I'm spiritual. And you hear that great oh, whoa! Oh, right, there's another invisibility on here, which I didn't know for the longest time. Oh, yeah, that part, because there's a bottomless pit down there. So be careful. Wait a minute. Oh, we have it happen already. You know what I was saying? The music glitching with it speeding up, it's still doing it. The speed shoes ran out, but yeah, it's still fast. Alright, this boss, by the way, is Robotnik coming down with a spike to break the platform, so you gotta destroy him quickly. But you can hit him, like, when he comes down slightly, and then when he comes down that way. Just don't fall in the pit, but I fear that I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm going over here so he destroys... Or, you know what? Let him come over me. I'm just gonna be careful. So yeah, we're hearing Speed Shoes music going for this boss. There you go. Or just kill him quickly enough.
Don't fall.
Yeah, or, no. Be careful not to fall off. Or, no, I'll tell you how you said that don't fall. That's don't fall. That's Tails in the aquatic base in Sonic 06. Okay, you know what? While we're enjoying the fact that it's going fast, and while I have a sip of my adult beverage... Okay, so we gotta celebrate somehow. Let's show the idea of Sonic's attitude. This is the other thing that got me. The idea that, yeah, I'm standing idle. He's annoyed. He's like, I want to go fast. Just get moving, my friend. And then eventually just keeps going, tapping his foot like that. I just love that idea, like, the idle animation idea. Every game after that, I think, was pulling from this then. Like, let's do an idle animation, because I'm going to show the whole thing here.
Yeah, and then in, I forgot whether it was Sonic 2 or Sonic 3, but I think eventually his idle animation starts including him lying down.
Yeah, it's this one. Game Gear doesn't do this, but he will eventually do that. So... Come on, Sonic, don't make a liar out of me. No, because what Sonic 2 does is Sonic 2, he looks his watch more, and then he lies down. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? It's a good thing I'm standing still here, because I'm back. Okay, yeah, we're waiting for Sonic to lie on the ground. Just to show the idea of the idle animation, and the other thing also to emphasize the fact that you have a time limit, which is 10 minutes. But he's not lying down. What the hell's going on here? You know, when I was saying this is a different version, you think maybe they didn't add that for the Japanese version? Okay, he's not lying down. So, I'll give it until, like, 5 minutes, and... Yeah, because usually what's supposed to happen is, like, after a minute, he's supposed to look at his watch and then lie down. And I remember in Sonic SPINBALL, they had some fun with that, where they actually put the, like, text box on the top, and he says, yo, move it. And then he says, hey, anybody home? You know what I might do? I might give a preview to Sonic SPINBALL. We'll do that in that game when we're done. Because I have a collection that has it, so we can show it that way. And we'll play Sonic SPINBALL some of the time. But yeah, because the game's insanely hard, but I really like it still. So with that, we're going to the Labyrinth Zone. So let's have a listen to this. Yeah, that was not pleasant. Oh, shit. Yeah, I should be a little more careful in the Labyrinth Zone, that's for sure. But, yeah. Alright, so this is the water level. We saw it in Game Gear. It's definitely slower. It's slow here, although... See, it's funny. People hate the water levels of the Sonic games. I kind of like it in the sense of I just like the water idea, but also just the idea of, like, the atmosphere, though it is a lot slower than you used to. Although, then again, it's not as slow as we saw in Game Gear. It's not as slow as on, Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis, where we're seeing that timer go down by seconds. It's delayed to the point where the timer goes down by 1 second after, I think, 5 seconds. So clearly didn't program that correctly, and as before, unlike Mario, Sonic can't breathe underwater. Okay, he can breathe underwater in certain circumstances on Game Gear Sonic, but in this one, no. This one, he's just, you know, have to get the air bubbles. Also, I'm going to try and see if I can't show something off very specific. Oh, right. Yeah, if you land there and you have the spike glitch and you hit the spikes, you're in trouble. But in this version, no. And how was that sound? That wah-wah? I'm hearing that. Okay, because what I was going to do is I'm going to hit this switch. Because the idea is you got to hit the switches. But this is something I also didn't know for the longest time. I'll see if I can show it off. Where that ring going. But, let's see. I think you hit this. Or, okay, I think I just... Oh, wait. You hit that, jump up here. There's a massive skip on this stage. Yeah, by doing that, you come up here and you see this little platform. So I'm glad I got to show this off. And jump on this. And you travel across. Maybe he'll lie down now if I'm just sitting here with waiting him to go, but... Oh, or it'll do that! I forgot it did that! Okay, so, fine. Alright, my fault for doing that. That's a big skip for the level, by the way. You can go through and jump through that, and that's the way to get through this game quickly. especially if you're playing on the 360 with that Xbox Live Arcade version that came out, because they have an achievement in that where you get, you have to beat the game in 40 minutes. You don't need to use that trick to do it, but it's recommended. So in that case, you gotta be quick. Alright, just wait. I do love this track, and especially just the music in general, even like the way the percussion goes, even those drum beats, which you kind of heard certain elements of how as far as the Genesis sound was, but yeah. Whoa. But yeah, we're doing good. Alrighty. So yeah, that was the case. Unfortunately, so I did show off the special shortcut, but then I forgot the platform fell and landed. But yeah, we're going the whole way of this. Whoa! And make sure not to hit this and not hit up here because you can get crushed by that. So jump up here, hit this to reverse the oh, okay, no way to reverse the platforms. Here, it just opens the door. But yeah. Alright, so chat, what's your thoughts on the Labyrinth Zone in general as far as this game or any of the games? And my guest as well, what is your take on the Labyrinth Zone? What do you think?
I mean, it's neat, but I do think it's a little too much underwater.
I mean, because I was mentioning this, the idea of like, people tend not to like underwater levels in games or in Sonic, and I'm of a take it or leave it in some cases thing. I sometimes like it in some cases, other cases not so much. I mean, in Sonic Genesis on Game Boy Advance, I hate this level. It's terrible. It's horrible. But that's more of a tech reason. But I mean, because there's other water levels you have in the Sonics, like with and we got Orbinauts, which are much better in this game than in Sonic 1 Game Gear. But we had that in like the other games. You have like Hydro City, you have Aquatic Ruin, you have other things where those feel better. Like some of them are geared towards the speed more. Or in the case of Sonic 2, it kind of is saying, okay, stay up on the ground to avoid going slow, and your punch moves go on the water if you don't. So I think that's kind of was them listening feasibly to that.
Yeah. As far as water levels go, I like Aquatic Ruin and Hydro City.
Yeah, I mean, I like those more, and that's the end of the level. I want to... You know what? I have 3 chances. I don't think it's going to... You know what? Famous... No. Fine. I'll take that shit. I'll take that risk. I have 3 chances opposed to 1. So we're completing this without that. Because you can't get a Chaos Emerald on Scrap Brain, which is the 6th zone, which is the 4th. But that'll be fine at that point. Okay, so Labyrinth Zone Act 2. I do love the look of this. I love the kind of the orange, or the light brown, or the tan, I guess. I love the music. I love just the idea it looks ancient and stuff. And I'm not running those weird glitches I had when we did Game Gear. Okay, I'm hitting the spikes there. That's me doing that. And not stepping on that, otherwise I get crushed to death. Actually, one thing I think I should show off is... Let's hit drowning music, why don't we? I'm not gonna let myself drown this time. I was like, yeah, that got me tense. Like, oh shit, I gotta find an air bubble. If I don't, I'm gonna die. Alright, fine, there you go. I do love that idea of like, hey, the music stops. And that it's kind of... Isn't it really a case of the music being a little dynamic, honestly? You know what, I'm gonna let myself die just because like, well, alright. A, I've got continues, and B, I have other opportunities, and I want to get the rings. Or more rings. But yeah, we're doing good. And hopefully, chat, you're enjoying this. Nocturne, you're enjoying the experience. Again, it's going to be you for part of this next week. Oh, whoa! Okay. Whee! I'm just standing on the side. Okay, just barely on the edge. I'll get that. This does not protect you from drowning, by the way, the invincibility. So, I unfortunately still have to get the air bubbles. I think... well... Okay, Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles didn't institute that. Well, Sonic & Knuckles doesn't have water. Sonic 3 didn't institute that idea, although Sonic 3 and Knuckles did, because when you get Hypersonic, he can't drown. Unlike Supersonic. Supersonic can't drown. Which is an interesting thing I found out years later. I'm at 28, so I should be good. Alright. Also, there's those burrow bots down there. Not to be confused with Grounder, who was in Sonic 2, so he appeared then, but yeah, this was Grounder for Grounder, who was red in that game as opposed to green on the television program.
Strictly speaking, doesn't Scratch also kind of appear in Sonic 2?
Clucker? Yeah, in
Yeah.
Wing Fortress? Yeah, I would think that'd probably be the inspiration. Although that's the only case where it's not actually the same, the same character, but that is one way of looking at it. That probably would be the case. And I think that would be then the only time... Yeah, that, and then Mean Bean Machine where you saw them as well. So, yeah. Yeah, those little lion heads shooting the fire out. Yeah, that's what you want to get right here. Get the invincibility, because you can just jump down these, the pipe things coming out. No problem. But, yeah, be fast about it. Also, yeah, the Orbinauts do change color. It's kind of hard to see that, because usually they are proximity-based. They will come after you when they see you in their sight. But usually when you're on screen and they're on screen, you usually will see that, unless you're doing debug feasibly. Okay, or like that, feasibly. If you jump just right, you'll be good. Whoa. But then when they're nothing, they're fine. Yeah, we're not surrounded, don't worry. This is always a hard part for me because of, the fact that the spike chain there, or the mace, I guess. Oh, yeah, you can duck underneath it, and unlike the Japanese version, you look down or up, it scrolls up and down instantly. The Japanese version did it the way that Sonic 2 did, which is you hold it, and then it will just look up, and then it scrolls. Or down. Yeah, the original didn't do it that way. The original was definitely being different. Or unique, but it was the first of its kind, so like, well, they were kind of figuring certain things out. And there is, yeah, you're gonna be fine coming out of that. It's not always that way if you're in debug mode. Sometimes you'll come out of debug if you're in the water. It'll not recognize until you come out of Sonic again. Oh, no!
Well, you got the 10K.
Yeah, I got the 10K. Those are random, yes?
I don't know.
I think they're based on areas that you have to hit. I never really knew that, or not. Okay, last special stage. In this version, the iOS Android version adds a 7th as an unlockable, so you can get Supersonic in that game. This one, no. That's the other reason I'm hoping Origins Collection has it. When they port that, or when they give more information about it. Yeah, this is the hardest because, it's not hard in the sense that you have to go far for it. It's just that you have to dig out into these crystals. As you hit them and they turn pink, then they go away. Perfect. Alright.
Woo!
I think, Sonic got them all. Okay, there we go. So we're set for the good ending.
Sonic caught them all?
You saw them all. That's true, too. Indeed we did. And so we've got all the stuff ready, and we will see... we won't have to try again, as the game says. But I remember this part, because this is a part where... if I keep going down this, you're going to go down forever. It's an endless loop. Unless... jump over here. Okay, I missed it there. Like, for years... when I first played this as a young kid, like, I didn't know. I was like, oh, I just have to keep going down. Like, no, you're not going to do that. You have to hit that and break that open, and then it closes. In fact, actually, just show that. Or... oh, that sound. You're that rumbling there. That's basically the idea. This opens and then it closes. And you have to pass a certain point for that to go away that way. Or use debug mode and go through the wall, either or. But again, the way we're playing it, we're going this way. And there are items over there on the left, if I can make that jump. Less no. Actually, I think I feasibly could. I just need to be specific. Yeah, it's fine.
And not get hit by the ball.
Yeah. Alright, I think there's a Burrowbot over there in the submarines, but we're good. This is going to be a little difficult, especially when we get to the end, and, let me go into the Sonic Genesis thing again. Oh my god. Playing this game, renting it from GameFly back in the day, actually, they're still around. I think you actually got, like, a YouTube advertisement with them today. After having not heard much about them for years, they're still around. But I rented Sonic Genesis, and I gotta play this thing. I got to this part, okay, this is slowing down a little, but, still the idea that I want it being way slower there. You have to go through the boss on that, and the boss here is really hard, especially if you die, because you don't have an opportunity to get rings. And it's not really even much of a boss. We'll see that when we get to it, but, yeah, it is torture playing that on that, Sonic Genesis game. I mean, even if you could feasibly put up with that for other things or laugh at it, like, yeah, you're not going to be laughing at that. You're going to be saying, like, oh my god, I hate this thing. How did they do this? But, yeah, on Genesis, we're not going to be having that problem, but I do want to have rings as a backup when we get there, because there's also a long one. Alright, yeah, the robot landed on the spikes. They're just an illusion to him, so he's fine. Us, not so much. Although, I'm trying to think, there was a Sonic game. Maybe it's this one. You can kind of go in between the spikes because they're spaced out enough. Or maybe it's parts in this game. Alright, let's hit the switch and go down. Because the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and get that and then go. And bye-bye to Burrowbot. Bye-bye to Burrowbot. I guess they give you a lot of invisibilities in this level. I didn't really stop to think about it. That's sometimes what happens when you play a game like this, or stream a game like this, is that, okay, I played this game so many times, I know what to expect, but then you just start looking for other things. It's almost like when you watch a movie or a television show that you've seen multiple times, or read a book, that you'll notice sometimes things that you never saw. We suddenly noticed that with some of the glitch factors of Sonic 1 Game Gear. Oh! Oh no. Okay, I got through that pretty decently. Not always easy to do that. Now, I don't always do it well myself. So there's that. Okay, so hit that and switch to, oh. Alright, that was close. I just love this, like, the styles of music. Even like the percussion. That percussion of how they did the audio for this, because they used their own, the way they did this with the sounds to give you a backdrop for that. Is there like sound drivers that just had Gems, being a familiar one? That's not what Masao Nakamura did. They created their own stuff, or they basically had their own elements. That's why you have that sound of like the drum beat. You can kind of tell like, oh yeah, it's distinctly that. They kind of use their own tools for that one, which is why the sound's so distinct. It's lovely. Alright, so we are almost at the end. And I have 46 rings and a shield, which is very nice to have. Then we get up... Okay, the water's coming up with me, but... Here's Robotnik with a glitch factor there with his sprite. Oh yeah, those things, like... I'm gonna want to look back on the footage. It looked like it just barely got touched by that and just missed it somehow. Yeah, you can hit him. It's not gonna make a well... I was gonna say it's not gonna make a difference, but oh shit! Yeah, this is also where it gets harder because... Yeah, you're under this. You don't have... When the water comes, you don't have any backup for this. We might see the full brunt of what the problem of this is. We'll see. Yeah, right here, that. Okay, whew. Yeah, getting stuck there and under the water like that is not a pleasant time, but I made it. Thank God. I'll say it's one of the more nerve-wracking parts of the game. That and, Scrap Ring. We'll get that in a little bit. Just 2 zones away. And actually, next we're gonna go to one of my favorite zones as far as the atmosphere, too. Ah, here we are. Starlight Zone. There's a nice cityscape with the stars there, and it's beautiful music. I was talking about the idea that the special stage music could be a lullaby for a young child. I could see something like this, too. It's just beautiful. And also imagine, yeah, other thing, going back to the iOS Android version, Spin Dash on this level is a lot of fun to be able to run through this one. I just came back, because that goes up and you get life. But you're just rolling around, it's fun. Ooh, that was actually a nice... fancy maneuver, and the fans, which, by the way, you can't run past.
Yep.
But yeah, I do love the idea of how this is with the, just the atmosphere of the Starry Night and the music. I mean, I do really think that's... I remember, I think I saw this years ago. There's an album, I think, that was put out, which is like... They did, like, lullaby versions of, like, video game music. There was stuff of Sonic. I think it was this one, actually, this track. You know, stuff like Mega Man 2, where they do, like, the Airman stage, like, the xylophone mobile sound that you'd hear if, like, if you have a young child, you put them to sleep. And it's, like, beautiful. I've mentioned before, sometimes on the stream, the idea of wanting to get your kids into gaming early, retro gaming early, especially nowadays. Yeah, that's one way to do it, for sure. Saying, like, yeah, remember that song you loved as a child? Yeah, then tell them, like, oh yeah, that was the music from Mega Man 2, or Sonic, or Castlevania. I think there's, like, Castlevania lullaby music. I can think of some stuff out of that, too. We'll get to some of those games, or more of those games, anyway. But yeah, we're, doing well. Yeah, I'm having a good time with this one. Hopefully Nocturne you are well as well, and chat. Alright. So Act 2. And this is where things are going to get a little more interesting for certain aspects because you get to just go totally nuts. Sometimes go so far and fast, you just fly off the screen, which I love that trick. But also seeing sometimes the fans stop. I think I have to go down this way. And that's the other thing, as you mentioned, Sonic being all about exploring. It's like, yeah, this level especially, you can really explore and see certain things. Oh, those bombs. But yeah, just explore and find things. Or things that I wouldn't necessarily think to find if I didn't go exploring. And that's the other appeal of this game. And the series, when you think about it. Oh yeah, and the spiked seesaws. Hit on the side, hit them more, and as you go up higher, you bounce up higher. And it's nice stuff.
I mean, I actually really like to explore just to find stuff just to find things, like interesting little pieces of stages.
Mm-hmm. And also the way you play a lot of the Sonic games when it's the case is Tails there. By the way, you can also go away from the, you're locked and run off. If you jump just the right time off the edge of the screen, you can bypass it. Not so with the iOS Android version, they fixed that. But, yeah, but I get what you're saying, because, like, you play Tails in the other games, and especially with something like Tails and Knuckles with Knuckles when he came in, the idea of, being able to explore that way, they designed that around it, while also having the speed that you usually have with Sonic, so you have the best of both worlds that way. But then they also give you the 10-minute time limit, which I remember when you first played Sonic Mania, it was the idea like, you're getting time overs, because you want to explore the levels, though. But then they added in the patch for that afterwards, which is, time over you can turn off, which is pretty awesome for that. It's just because, like, you can just completely look everywhere you want to go. So nice. And, reenacting the ending demo again, just rolling here. Did you love doing this? Or, okay, no, not exactly. Oh, no, it's up here. Actually, no, let me run up the hill again. You do miss the spin dash, but, like, yeah, I get the idea. Like, okay, now we're gonna reenact the ending demo. I love doing that. Because it's not like Sonic 1 Game Gear where they don't have skill playing it. Yeah, they have skill playing this. Oh, and that long line of bombs. Which I do love that. And one of the only cases of this half mace thing. Bet you can run on the top of it and find the rings. Have a nice time doing that. Good stuff. I do really just love the idea of this area, just the experience of coming back to this game, because, again, as I mentioned, this is something that, okay, hit the orbitals. It's really hard to hit them in this level, because they don't lose their spike orbs on the side. But I love coming back to this game, just kind of reminding me of, like, why did I fall in love with this franchise and this game in the first place? And stuff like this. Yeah, here's the boss here with Robotnik. He tosses out those spike balls there. They will explode, and they can hurt you if that happens, and they explode in pieces like that. But you can also, use them to bounce yourself up, or bounce them into him like that. So you can kind of have the best of both elements. I'm not sure, how did you used to fight this boss, if you remember?
I like to at least try to beat him by hitting him with his own stuff.
Mm-hmm. To basically hit the spike ball up, which is very satisfying to do. Like, in fact, you know what? Let's do that. Why not? But it comes there and yeah, because I only have like one hit left on it anyway. Okay, got it. Perfect.
He ran right into it.
Or it's like I mention the musical Chicago a lot. I always say, and then he ran into my knife. He ran into my knife 10 times. And I did that with the Katamari Damacy, because I had a situation, I was doing the cancer mission. The crabs just went into the Katamari without anything happening. I hadn't even started the level. I had 2 set. Here at Scrap Brain, I love the music here, but yeah, this game's not fucking around anymore here, because yeah, those drop-offs, they'll kill you. There's a bottomless pit down there. But there's some that they're not. And yeah, now we're getting burned with, Sonic again, or to go back to that element of the comic I mentioned. No way, Sonic, time for you to fry. Whereas, like, guess Robot Burgers are gonna have it his way after all. All right, I'll put a picture into that for sure into the chat, because like, you might think like, yeah, I'm making that shit up. It's like, no, it's real. Also, you have these platforms that come here, and yes, you've got to follow them. So yeah, going back to the Mega Man parallel, you have the disciplinary platforms. They don't do that boom thing that they used to do, or they did in that game. All right, so. Oh, whoa! Okay, yeah, I don't know if I've actually ever went this way before. Oh, whoa! Oh, that was lucky. Alright, yeah, jump up there onto these. Which we did see in Sonic CD when we were in Metallic Madness. But then that makes sense because they're making Sonic CD at the same time they're making that, or same time they're making Sonic 2. I think I can go down this one. Yeah, you can. The one with the rings up there, you jump in there and there is a spring. But you're not going to necessarily know that unless you take a leap of faith. Although feasibly, it's not like even the Game Gear one where you have to do that for the Emerald. In this case, like, well, it's optional. I don't need to go down there feasibly, but you can. So basically, the idea is, and you've mentioned this, that it rewards you for, oh shit! Okay, not doing that, but it rewards you for exploring, thinking outside the box. So you know you find all these little things, and I've mentioned this before when we played certain Sonic games. People saying like, hey, you missed this life here. It was like, oh, wait a minute, I usually either didn't go that way, or I didn't look to that, and then I realized like, hey, I never saw this before. I mean, same case like when you played Sonic Mania for the first time. That was actually close to when it came out. I said, I'd never seen this area before. Okay, yeah, it was weird. I just kind of clipped through that with spinning while running. But yeah, these parts are definitely interesting, because yeah, you be careful not to get crushed. Oh, yeah, I almost got crushed. Hopefully avoid that caterpillar. Okay. Alright. Okay, there we go. So we got the shield and we're all set. And I do love even like the design of like the sound here, like the way the rings go, and like the shield going wong. But I also love the way they they kind of echoed it in, well, two games in particular. The Sega Saturn version of Sonic 3D Blast, and also Sonic Adventure. Shit. Oh, wait a minute. That was the one I had before. Okay, so we're back here. But it shows the idea of the different path I could take. Like, I took another way when I died to come this way, and here we are now. So usually they'll all come out the same way, or I'll miss that again. But I don't think that's a death trap. Oh, it might be. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Here, and actually, that's the other thing the manual says, like, hey, wait sometimes to, you know, make those jumps. Because I can jump down here, because I know it's... Oh, that was nice. That's the other thing, the physics engine, which is being able to kind of have it so that, you know, you bounce up like that, and the inertia takes you up. There's always a great thing. It's all these little things on this game that seems like it's so simple. And it is, but it really makes you realize just how great the game design on this really was. Alright, I'm going to wait for that, because I want to... Oh, wait for that to go backwards, because that does go back again. Alright, we have one ring. Oh, no! No! Okay, that was lucky. It's weird, I used to never have trouble with that area up there when I was a kid, but now I do. Which is an interesting element, and not necessarily that, oh yeah, I'm getting older and losing my touch, but just like certain areas that gave me trouble never as a kid are giving me trouble now, but the opposite can sometimes be true. I don't know if that's the case with you, chat, or you, Nocturne. Let me know if it is.
I don't remember ever really having much, specific trouble with this stage.
Uh-huh. Or any stage.
I mean, it's not an easy stage by any stretch, but, like, I never felt like it was any one specific thing that was screwing me.
I mean, technically it's a lot of things in this zone, because it's the fire, it's the lamps on there, and then, whoa, I'm getting dizzy. So, there you go, jump off. I do love doing that, and that's the one interesting thing when we go back to Sonic 2 8-bit, to go into that when you get into the... Because, did you ever beat Sonic 2 Game Gear?
No.
Okay.
I've never been... I think I may have, like, once or twice ever gotten to the second zone.
Okay, yeah, that tells you how insanely difficult that game is, or insanely cheap that is. Yeah, when you do that, you're gonna see that, and you'll see the spinning wheel again in the Gimmick Mountain Zone. That's literally the name of it. But yeah, that'll be an interesting case when we do that. We are gonna do the Sega Master System version for that. Yeah, 'cause that's where they increase the buzzsaws. So that's where things get a little more weird and strange. Yeah, it sounds off, but again, count your blessings, because you could be playing the Dreamcast or Game Boy Advance ports of this, and it's like, oh, yeah, don't get stuck down there. That's horrible when you get stuck down there, because the lightning is going, and chances are you're gonna die. But they put the fire there, so chances are you're gonna get fallen down anyway. So just wait. Again, I mean, I'll go to this. I sometimes will reference other things or other channel. So that's James Ralph, the angry video game nerd, said about Sonic, saying, like, you never want to keep the speed, stop, but sometimes you have to stop and think. But the only difference is that this game is fun, rewarding that patience, which is the idea of, like, it's rewarding my patience. Like, yeah, I get through that fine without dying. In this case, I come down and find the ring boxes, but get stuck on these things. Just basically do them in intervals. There you go. Whoa! Yeah, I was kind of stuck at the end of the conveyor belt, though, not going off. So I'm learning a lot about this game, even though I've been playing it for 30 years. Oh, okay, that's good. Actually, I don't know if I've... Okay, no, I have seen this part of it, sort of. Actually, no, because I think we're at the... Oh, no, okay, we're not. Yeah, that thing right there. It blinks so quickly, you're probably not getting hit by that. And that thing, which can crush you, which is not fun to be underneath that when that happens. Whoa! On bombs. I think we're almost out of this. Yeah, definitely different now seeing the, I'm trying to remember what the names of those things are in this version compared to what it was like on the Game Gear, although the idea was still the same, basically. And it kind of shows you the interesting idea of, like, how do they reinterpret a game like this for the purpose of a weaker system. In the case of the Game Gear. Oh, shit. Okay, good. But yeah, okay, I'm not even caring anymore. I'm just throwing caution completely to the wind. Oh, and he gets slammed in the face. Yeah, Sonic got spiked. Or, to go to Sonic Colors, Spike! Which, fitting because we're getting the remaster of that in September.
No. Sonic just got tenderized.
Yeah, that's true. That's another way of looking at it. Yeah, because going with the cooking element, who knew that we'd get cooking on that? Alright, so here's what happens here. He puts the button down, we're falling down. This is Scrap Brain Zone Act 3, but we're going back a little bit. We're going back to Marble Zone. I'm also going to show you a massive skip. This level's a pain in the ass. Roll underneath that, fall underneath here. Oh shit, there's spikes underneath that. They hide them so specifically there. I didn't even notice that was there. Okay, yeah, this game is punishing me for trying to beat it, or kind of exploit it, but alright, fine. Don't jump there, but yeah, there you go. That's the shortcut. You see, that's the other thing. Sometimes weird failures like that make me realize things that I either didn't know, or we didn't know, and then just making it a good laugh. So that always comes to that point. Alright. Yeah, now we have the purple water, which is not like the Mega Mac in Sonic 2, because you actually have air bubbles down here. In fact, it wasn't until Sonic Generations they give you air bubbles in that, and I was like, wait a second, why are there air bubbles in this? That's supposed to be poisonous chemical, but I don't know, something happens as far as Sonic being able to figure it out. Oh no! Yeah, I just want to stop there, like, because I thought, oh, it's going to shoot there to that. This is where things get really tough with those things going. I guess the fact that this is Labyrinth Zone with the colors saturated. Oh! Let's see, we're almost at the end. Yeah, I want to get this, though. Yeah, I do love this track again as far as the music, but also, here's the other thing, and I'll go back to the Sonic Genesis thing one last time, because I mentioned it was built on the engine of Sonic Advance. Actually, Sonic Advance, the first one, in the menus, like the options menu, they have actually redone versions of the Starlight and the Scrap Brain music from this, and it sounds great with that instrumentation style of how Sonic Advance did. So it made me think, like, well, wait a minute, why not just use that? It sounds terrific. And they used it like 4 years ago, but like, no, they decided not to. It sounds like utter crap. Actually, I think also Sonic 2, or Sonic Advance also had a remix of, okay. It had a remix of the, Emerald Hill Zone 2-player music from Sonic 2. I think that's actually for the 2-player. Oh yeah, this part, because you have to jump up there with the spikes there, but we're good. Alright, final zone, we're done, almost. This is the end of the game, but one thing about this, we don't have rings. And these crushing machines come down and are up, and will, you have to hit Robotnik in that and avoid the energy balls there. Yeah, imagine playing this in Sonic Genesis. Last time I mentioned that game, I swear to God, until we inevitably stream it, because it has to be shown to some degree. And I'll buttress that with something nice for splitting. We'll do a marathon. That's what we're going to do Sonic Genesis. This is going to be a marathon with other stuff. Yeah, imagine playing that on a screen where you can't see anything. You can't see where he's coming from. So you can't see that until the last minute, like where he is coming to this, where all this is on the screen specifically, so it's like, alright, fine, you can do it this way. Yeah, what we want to do is just avoid the energy balls that way, but they will space them out differently in some cases, and they'll come towards you, so you gotta be careful that way. Or go to the side. You just hit Robotnik 8 times, we'll be set. Whoa. Yeah, I'm getting lucky with where he is. You can only hit him once, by the way, when he does that, so keep that in mind. I think it's random also where he comes out as far as like where the crushers come. Alright, almost there. Ah, unfortunately not. We almost got him. I mean, this is not a hard boss when you get it down, but the hard part is the fact that, hey, you don't have any rings. Oh. Oh, whoa! Okay, yeah, I did the jump thing where I'm not, you know, spinning in the ball. Yeah, iOS Android version fixes that, which makes it great. On top of everything else they add, including Tails and Knuckles. I said this off screen to you, but I hope they do those HD versions in the Sonic Origins collection, and that they I mean, imagine them being able to co-op this game and Sonic 2 with that flight. Can you imagine that? Another game for us to co-op together, but we got Robotnik, and we're going to let him fly away. But no, you don't want to do that. You want to hit him and make him crash to the ground. So yeah, off he goes. With that, we're going to get the good ending as we run along Green Hill Zone one more time. And then we get the emeralds coming out, which are multiple colored in this game, as opposed to the Game Gear with all blue. Yeah, even he's surprised what comes out of this. And there we go, Sonic the Hedgehog, that in the screen. It's like, it plays that attitude of Sonic, that playful element, that kind of cool thing still, too. Like, family-friendly, cute, and all that, but also still kind of cool, you know? I like that. And this wonderful remix medley of all the music we heard. And all the memories we had, and all the memories we made. Yeah, so there you go. That is Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. Coming back to this, yeah, it brings me back, but it's still a lot of fun. It's definitely slower than the other ones to a certain degree, but again, it has that precision, it has that polish that makes you see why this is still a great game that's endured for all the years. Yeah, you take it. Tell me what you're thinking on that.
I definitely will agree with people who think that Sonic games need a speed element. Like, need to be fast, but they don't need to be exclusively fast. And this game balances all of that spectacularly.
And that's one thing we didn't see, the hanging on that. We saw it in Sonic CD, and that's right, the balance, you're right. And you think about a game like this, like, it's very simple. I mean, they're just moving D-pad and pressing one button. But there's a lot they do with it, and it's something that it never feels too overwhelming, nor is it fall victim to the idea of, like, hey, they hold that one button philosophy. That was the case with Battle Wonderworld, and it came a few months ago. There's Masato Nakamura doing the sound again. But yeah, I mean, so you're right, they designed this brilliantly as far as that, and being able to balance it so perfectly. That was wonderful the way you said it, so eloquently put. And that's the other reason why I knew that I wanted you on the program for this game, for sure. So yeah, I appreciate that as well, and just the experience of being able to have that. And it's interesting you say, like, the idea of, like, Sonic going fast. The thought was like, well, hey, going fast, some people would think, well, when it went super fast, that maybe it was too much. Some people said that with Sonic Advance 2. Some people said that with some of the Sonic Rush games, or Sonic Unleashed, especially Unleashed, where, like, you have to be, it's insanely difficult, because you have to be really precise with that speed, but it also can get blasted that way, too. So it is interesting to get that balance.
Yeah, like, there's, like, it's fine to have a lot of speed, but there also needs to be spots where you slow down, maybe go through a somewhat maze-like section, or deal with some obstacles, because otherwise it might as well just be an autoplay level like you can find in Super Mario Maker, where you literally just need to, like, hold right or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing, but also that aspect of control, because sometimes the idea is, like, you feel like you're out of control with some of the Sonic games when it comes to that. So that can be the weird case of it.
And when it's done well, that feeling of losing control can actually be extremely thrilling.
It can be, absolutely. And that's what kind of got me initially with Sonic, the idea of that adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
You don't always get that with every game, and Sonic was the kind of the poster child of that. But you're right, it still balances it so brilliantly, because, like, yeah, you want to go fast, but then again, if you're losing control of that, it's like I'll tell you a case of this. I don't know if you played this or not. Sonic and the Secret Rings for the Wii.
I have not played that one.
That's a game where it is about its speed, because you're kind of on a trail and on a track. You're using the Wiimote to tilt left and right to do turns. But the controls are really annoying, even like the way the Wii motion controls work. Not to say, Wii motion controls are bad, but that one, it was really early. And you can see the seams. Even the idea, like, you can get upgrades, but it also comes to that thought, like, you basically have to earn the ability for the game to play better. Where something like this is like, well, no, this is not you earning the ability to play better. It plays very well. It's just the way they design the levels, the way they design the movement, the physics, the everything about it, the stages.
Yeah.
So you don't have that problem of it, and then you gain that mastery that way because you're still playing it and you're understanding how this works. I mean, it's kind of a masterclass of gaming design. Really think about it. You put it really well that way of explaining it.
While I can't consider this to be the best Sonic game by any stretch, I mean, it is one of the most solid. It is among the best. Mm-hmm. Which I think is saying something for the very first game in any series.
Right, because you could imagine, like, you only have that one chance to make a first impression, and if you fail that... Say this game had been the advanced game again. Again, this is the last time I mentioned it, I swear to God. Imagine if that was the game we got the first time. People say, like, what the hell is this? This is horrible. I mean, even if Sonic 2 came out the way we knew it, on Genesis that way, it's like, it's great. Would people necessarily listen to that? Would they just... Okay, that's what I would have done wrong, falling the goal like that, by the way. So in that way, it's good I went into the... Oh, that one thing I'm going to also do is I'm going to go into Spinballing because I want to show him, you know... wind down. I'll get a little bit of preview of what that's going to look like when we do Sonic Spinball at some point, because I think we should do Sonic Spinball. I think you should be here for Sonic Spinball if you'd like that, or if there's something you want to be here for that.
I mean, we could do it on an actual Genesis.
We could do that too, you're right. Yeah, so let me just start this up. We'll do Sonic Spinball later. We're not playing this yet, but the only reason I'm playing is because I know that I come out of the toxic caves like that, he'll stand there and he'll, yeah, yo, move it. Hey, anybody home? There you go. That is Sonic on the ground like that. We hear this wonderfully, grungy music. This is the Gems sound driver using this, because the Sega technically lets you dev this, just like Sonic 2. But I know what you're saying, going back to Sonic 1. The idea of how solid is the first time out, and that is the important part, and this is a game that created a dynasty. It's created a dynasty for Sonic as a character, even with the massive ups and downs that we've had with the franchise. It created the dynasty of Sega. Sega was a company that was doing well with certain things before Sonic, but Sonic really, as the game's marketing said, broke the speed barrier wide open. It absolutely did. It absolutely gave Sega a character to put against Nintendo. It gave them a way to position as the contrast for that. It gave us one of the best console wars in history, probably the best. And the idea of people saying, like, you have the Genesis or Super Nintendo, and later maybe you get both, but just that idea of, like, all them kind of one-up each other. It was a great element of what gaming did, especially with Sonic as well. And that's kind of why I'm going to that. And what is your take on some other thing, or anything else that you have to say before we close out for the night, feasibly?
Not really sure I have a whole lot else to say, actually.
Okay, so I guess with that, we are going to say good night on Super Old Game Saturday. Let's, but as is wont for this program, we are going to go through the itinerary of what the rest of the playthroughs are going to look like, because Nocturne is going to be with us for the next 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to it very much. And she'll be more regular on this program, at least once a month. At least. Maybe more. We'll see how that goes as time goes on. But still, she'll be here at least once a month, but for the next 2 weeks, she'll be here too. And thank you very much again for showing up. This is lovely. I had a great time doing this. I hope you had a good time too.
I enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I mean, you're adding so much to it, and I think it's terrific. So, thank you very much. And it gave me practice to understand how to do this with another person, because I didn't want to necessarily step over everything you're saying or not giving you opportunity to discuss. So at least we're doing that, and I like that. So, alright, so she'll be on for the next couple weeks. Next week is going to be a little bit of a question mark, because we're going to do Mega Man X3 and Mega Man X4, and we're going to do Mega Man Legends. But the order of which we're going to do that is going to depend. We might do Mega Man Legends next week, and when I say we, it's not going to be me, it'll be her. She's going to be playing the game for us. She's the expert on this. We'll start that, and then we'll do as we usually do. If it takes more than one night, we'll come back in a month. So she'll come back for the second part of that. And I think you're going to do off-screen for some of that for the second part? Yes?
Yeah, I will be doing some, like, money grinding and little stuff like that in between. But but that's just so we don't have to slog through a whole bunch of grinding. So.
And you plan to show that game all the love it deserves.
Oh, of course.
For sure. And you're going to be playing on the PlayStation. My experience with the Nintendo 64, so it's going to be an interesting contrast for me because I don't think I've actually ever seen the PlayStation version. So there's that. Yeah, we might do that next week. Or we might do Mega Man X3 and Mega Man X4. I would be doing Mega Man X3, and then Mega Man X4 would be Nocturne's jurisdiction. There's a technical reason for that. I'm not going to get into that yet because I want to keep you in suspense as far as what we're going to be doing as far as the version. Assuming we are able to figure that out, we'll do it the way we intended. If we can't, we'll come back and we'll do it at that point, or we'll do that one in 2 weeks. The initial thought was we'll do Mega Man X3 and 4 next week, but we're doing some tech look. We have to look into some stuff more. I actually had to make a quick last-minute purchase. It's going to get here on Monday for the purpose of that. So we're going to see what's going to go on with that. So it's going to be one of those scenarios. It's going to be Mega Man Legends next week, or it's going to be Mega Man X3 and X4. We can do both of them without the feed cutting, feasibly, I think. But I have to still look into something with that. We have to. So that's what that's going to look like. The end of the month, we're going to be going back to Super Mario RPG. I will say this. I might be doing that on a Friday, potentially, because I might be seeing some old friends of mine who I haven't seen in a while for a Saturday at that point. I don't know. I'll try and keep an idea on that. I'll see if maybe I can do some kind of scheduling thing within Twitch at that point, so you'll see. Or feasibly, the other thing is that if you're subscribed to this channel, hopefully you're liking what you're seeing here with both of us. But yeah, if you like what you see, subscribe, and you'll see, you get that email notification when we go live. So if you see me going live on a Friday for that, that's the reason why. There's like, everything's going to go on the YouTube site. Like this is going to go up in a couple of days after I do the editing and all that, so we'll be all set that way. But assuming that way, end of the month we're going to do Mario RPG. Into July, we're going to be doing Shinobi 3 for the Sega Genesis. I'm going to be doing that one. And then you're going to come back for Mega Man Legends for the next part.
I mean, especially if we don't finish it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how that goes. We'll figure it out. We'll handle it that way. But, and as far as the next entry in Super Sonic Game Saturday, I think we're going to do Tales of Adventure. You okay with that?
Sure.
Okay, because, yeah, Tales of Adventure for the Game Gear. We're going to be using the Sonic Gems collection for the GameCube to play that. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
Although, if we do finish Legends 1 somehow in one session, I might do Legends 2 the next time.
Okay. That could work. I mean, we can get some more Legends going on for that one, because we were discussing this earlier today, just to give you a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. The idea that you're in Legends 1, you're in Legends 2, because my familiarity with Legends 2 is not much. It's only when I played a demo of it, when I bought you the Misadventures of Tron for the PlayStation. So that's the other thing. I'm going to be handling Tron as the thought, but I was like, well, we'll see how that goes.
Actually, speaking of Misadventures of Tron,
yeah.
Before doing Legends 2, whenever that happens, I'm gonna pull out the Legends 2 demo disc from Misadventures of Tron.
So we can show that off. We could definitely do that. That might be a feed cut situation. What we'll do in that case is we'll have like a quick commercial break, like 5 minutes, and then we'll load up something else to figure that. So, some things to go along, but I mean, of what's set in stone, next week is going to be Mega Man Legends for the PlayStation, or Mega Man X3 and X4. So we're going to figure that out, and then all the other itineraries of what's going on. And next month for Super Sonic Game Saturday is my favorite game in the game. There's going to be Tales of Adventure, which is a terrific game, and you are not going to be here for that, unfortunately, but still, I think you're going to like what that is, because that's a very interesting game, and a very underrated game. Another case of what you're saying, like, with Sonic, the idea of having control, not necessarily having speed, because, like, I played that game, just to give you a little preview before we sign off, is that you play in that game, you're realizing Tails, he's not running fast, he's just kind of doing this, like, strut down the road, basically, or in the Pole Forest where it's, you know, set on fire. Just the idea is, like, you think, like, well, it's not moving fast. At first, when I was young, there's like, oh, at first, like, well, this isn't fast, but, well, okay, it's Tails, but then I realized, well, this game is really great, and that idea of exploration, I think you'd really like Tales of Adventure, honestly. So I'm going to look forward to doing that, because it's a great game, an underrated Genesis or Sonic game you might not be familiar with. So, but that'll be next month, and, yeah. So thank you very much for watching. I had a terrific time doing this, and This is a great kickoff as far as the times we're going to be having together as far as doing these streams, and it's terrific. And thank you. You were a star. So I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thanks.
Okay, appreciate it. All right, well, with that, I think we're going to sign off for the night. Thank you very much for watching Super Old Game Saturday. Pay attention to the YouTube site. This will go up in a couple of days. Hope you're enjoying everything over there, and hope you're enjoying what you're seeing here. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week. We'll see you next week, as it is, for one of those Mega Man situations. But, yeah, so I'll give you a little bit of suspense. So it works well nice for the show. All right, so thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week. Take care.
Yep. Bye.